Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Everyone press 2 in the chat for me, please. I hope you're all having a great day. But are you ready for the musical stylings of a classically trained artist?
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am whole again.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am young again.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am fun again.
However far away, I will always love you.
However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am free again.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am clean again.
However far away, I will always love you.
However long I stay, I will always love you.
Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you.
You know, S Mule should probably include like a little applause track at the end. Just a little applause sound effect there. It'd be great. How is everybody doing today? I haven't done this one in a while. Hello, Newplex, Wham, the Farty Doctor, please notice me. Wham, please notice me. Jessica Von Glittersnatch, Newplex, the Farty Doctor. Wham, how are you guys doing today? If you, real good? Yeah, if you just had to put it into a couple words. Anyway, So yeah, I haven't done this in a while, and the reason I stopped doing this was specifically because I felt like I was getting lazy with this. And I don't think that that's a problem, that I'm lazy with these live streams necessarily. But the problem was that I wasn't putting out any videos. So finally I stopped doing the live streams, changed to live chat. Thank you. So I decided to stop doing the live streams, and I focused on putting out a couple of videos on the channel, okay? So here's what I did, okay? I put out a short of Truthfully Trisha. Press 1 if you saw this. My message still didn't show. What was your message? Did it have a naughty word in it? Because sometimes YouTube hides those. I can't remember. I think I was trying to say fuck in my channel, in my main channel yesterday, and it wouldn't let me. I was like, this is my channel. Yeah, YouTube eats up messages, okay? I will admit the YouTube chat's a little buggy, but you know what? Just spam, okay? That's what you people do anyway. I don't remember if I saw that post. A lot of people didn't see this post. I think it probably didn't get recommended all that much because it's Truthfully Trisha in a bikini. But all I did was I edited some farts on her.
What am I supposed to be ashamed about?
She just kept making all these moves that I was like, oh my god, is that only in one ear? This is my only, I think this is the first time I've watched this with headphones in. Did I really fuck this up that bad?
Does it matter?
It's in one ear? I'm so upset about this. I didn't know this is in I.
Isn't that important? I feel good about myself. This is not Photoshop.
That one's stereo.
This is me. I love every curve. So, again, what do I have to be ashamed about? What?
So I was just kind of like making edits, whatever, and like, yeah. So I'm upset about the mono farts. I gotta be honest, but that's okay. You know, you live, you learn. I have got to start editing with headphones on. It's just I hate wearing earbuds. I hate wearing headphones, whatever. I don't blame you, you know? So we've got that one. It was just a short that I posted up. Then I made one about Foodie Beauty washes her hands and the worst haircut ever, okay? Now, the worst haircut ever got a lot more views than it probably should have. But the Foodie Beauty washes her hands. I mean, we could watch that one, I guess. It's only 2 minutes. This one's like 10 minutes. But this one's about Breezy's haircut. And this one's about... And I haven't talked much about Breezy. But I might... Now, if I'm doing these live streams again, I might start doing it. But anyway, the point is that... What was happening was I'm getting lazy by doing live streams and I'm not taking the time to make videos, okay? Now, I got too busy with my main channel and I haven't put out a video on here in a month. So that's going to be a problem. But what I figured would probably be the best way to do this was what I initially intended on doing in the fucking first place, which was for me to do these live streams and then make videos off of the live streams. Does that make sense to everybody? Press 1 if that makes sense. Just talk about the video and then make a video based on it. That way I can get a little bit of feedback back and forth with you guys about, you know, what works. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? So, there's been a couple of videos that I've been wanting to work on, and this one, and so I've got 3 things written down here. So we'll just like go through them. But the first one was about Jack. And first of all, has Jack put up any new videos? That's what I want to know. That's what the first thing I do every time is, has Jack put up a new video? Dollywood peach cobbler recipe roulette. Oh, wow. He's put up a lot of... How long's it been since I've watched Jack? He's put up a bunch of fucking videos. Stoked I finally caught alive. Well, thank you for coming, Carrie. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Should we check up on any of these, or should I just skip to what my main video was going to be about? Press 1 if you want to watch some of these. Thanksgiving for less. That's got to be a night. We watched the Aldi Thanksgiving video, and yeah, it was pretty rancid. Check up. Okay. All right, let's do the Lazy Man's chocolate whip cookies.
You're watching the Cooking with Jack show.
Okay, guys. So, as you have heard all across social media, we're working on new merchandise. We just partnered with a new company. We thank you guys for coming to the channel. We ask that you check out our new designs. We've been working really hard with this company. We're really excited about them.
Okay, I just want to say something really quick because I mentioned this in another stream, but it was like his new merch company that he's working really hard with is Teespring. Like, he's not working hard with them. Like, I don't know what the fuck he means by that. If he means like he goes on their website and makes a bunch of trash merchandise, then like, okay. Like, what is this shit about? He put this out, I think, a month ago. Is this for Valentine's Day? And like, that's the thing, is I get kind of like uppity about like, do I have too much merch on my store? But it's like, man. And then of course he's got his Lazy Man's Recipes cookbook, which if you want to laugh, it's well worth the $5. Okay? If you want a cookbook, then no. But yeah, so I don't know. Teespring is like, everybody's moving away from Teespring now because they kind of like screw people over quite a bit. And when I had them, they misprinted all of my shit. So I don't know. I think he probably got an email saying he was a partner, because the thing is, everybody mostly is moving over to Fourth Wall from Teespring. And so they've been emailing me a lot to like try to get me to come back, and it's like, no. But like, they've been getting desperate, like, because they've been losing a lot of fucking business to like other startups. But yeah, Jack, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Like,
I want you to partake in them. There'll be beanies for the holidays. There'll be new shirts already up there. We'll do a whole bunch of new products. So once again, even if you don't buy any merchandise, please.
I feel like Junior and Tammy are the ones that are fucking designing all of this shit. It's absolutely Junior and
Please at
Tammy.
least subscribe to the channel. It always helps us. We got a team of people now, so any support we get, we thank you guys.
Hey guys, what's going on? Giving away ovens, giving away temp spikes,
Why are
doing
you
some
screaming?
simple, easy holiday.
What was this again? Chocolate whipped
Desserts.
cookies?
So let me tell you how easy this is. Ready?
Oh,
If you remember the video where I took the peanut butter, microwaved it, took the icing, microwaved it, mixed it together, cooled it, and it was like Lazy Man fudge? This is called Lazy Man chocolate whips. You literally are going to take the mix, chocolate cake mix, devil food,
And the entire bag of powdered sugar. Just wait for it.
whatever, okay? Mix it with Cool Whip topping. or regular whipped topping, whatever you got, okay? Roll in this and put on a cookie sheet and bake it.
Oh, wait. That's not part of the
Are you
recipe?
kidding me?
Oh, my
I can do
bad.
that. All right,
All right,
let's get it
let's see
started.
this, Jack.
All right, go ahead and put in the chocolate cake mix.
I swear to God, the last, like, maybe, like, 7 videos I've seen of him, it's been, like, just, like, pounds of powdered sugar everywhere.
We're using devil's food in this video, but any chocolate mix, cake mix will do. Get it all spread out. Take 1 container of Cool Whip or whipped topping. Get it all out of there. Put it all in with cake mix.
Amazing.
Make sure the whipped cream is soft and at room temperature or refrigerator, not frozen, okay? Alright, now we're going to literally mix the two together. That's it. Okay, guys, use a small ice cream or medium scooper. Scoop it, drop in the powdered sugar, roll it around a little bit, set it on the cookie sheet. And these are called chocolate whips, right?
How many subs does he have?
Do it again.
Jack is 524,000. He's been on YouTube for a very, very long time.
Again, drop it in the sugar, and then roll it around gently. Get some sugar on it, and put it on the cookie sheet. You're gonna bake this sheet once it's full at 350 for 12 minutes. Alright, before we try these, we're gonna let them cool. Get a little, they're very soft to the touch. They're almost like
It's the white dog poop from the 70s. We finally found it.
cloud chocolate cookies. If this tastes good, I'll be blown away. I'm sure it will. But this is so simple. So let's get some on a plate and give it a try. Ready?
Oh, man.
These are holding together perfectly. They're so soft. Lazy Man chocolate whips.
Try using your other hand, Jack.
This is another home run. You gotta make this. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Oh, my God.
What happened?
Christ almighty. Peach cobbler, Dollywood peach cobbler. I don't know. This looks like a lot going on here. All right, let me talk about the video that I'm planning on making, because it's about how Jack gets absolutely no help and he's just so fucking oppressed, okay? So let's talk about the Jack Pack, okay? So Jack has been on YouTube forever, and oh, it's a fundraiser video too. So, oh no, that's the okay. Explain video for the Jack Pack. So, you know what? I'll let him explain it. It's only 2 minutes.
All right, this idea came to me, not back to me. The first idea I had was about a week ago. I thought all of us are fighting and clawing for the same thing, eyeballs and friends and viewers and all that. What if we created a group, a tight-knit group,
Eyeball
that not
hunting.
only they were part of it, but they would help promote other creators, and we would all share our audience with each other. And you know, most everybody I know, I don't think anybody does bad content. So my thing on the channel is the reason why I started the Jack Pack is to help people here on out. So I'm literally helping anybody who's got the heart, who loves to be a creator, who's in the food industry, and we called it the Jack Pack, kind of like the Rat Pack with Frank Sinatra. So anyway, you know, I'm going to be sharing everything I've learned in 15 years on social media and YouTube. I'm going to be talking about how to market yourself, how to do things for free. Everybody loves free. There's a lot coming. If you know a food creator, Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah, that's a good point. He isn't really in the food industry as much as he thinks he is. So he's basically, his idea is to do, I don't know how many of you guys remember Twitch. Like back in the day there was like Twitch teams. It's very similar to that. Like you get other content creators together and you all just kind of learn from each other. It's called collaborating. It's called networking, which, I mean, to some extent, one of the reasons Jack is like such a mess is because he doesn't collaborate or network with other people all that much. And when he does get the chance to, he makes a fool of himself usually.
YouTube, I don't care. Threads, anywhere. Let them know about the Jack Pack. And I'm literally going to try.
Spread the word,
depending on
guys.
how
Spread
flooded we get
awareness.
People. I'm going to try and work with each one at least once, one-to-one. So I'm going to sit down with them. I'm going to give them a whole bunch of chores to do to help brand their name, to help get their videos out there, to get more people watching, or pictures, whatever platform you're on. Anyway, the Cooking with Jack show is going to give back. We're going to help people because nobody helped me. It was dog eat dog world when I started. So I think competition is long gone. Collaboration is the way to go. So we're gonna try and work this out. The details are still coming to my head. I'm writing it all down. I'll notify you in the Facebook group, the Jack Pack. So I will see you there. Tell a friend if you know a friend who doesn't. And take care. Love you.
Thank you for explaining it so eloquently, Mallory Lopez. Nobody helped me. Huh. So, like, let's talk about how nobody helps Jack. Okay? He's been on YouTube since 2006. 17 years of Jack Scalfani on YouTube, making channel after channel after channel of just like, I mean, I'm seeing if I have it written down how many channels of his I've found, but I think it's like 6 or 7 channels at least that I've found of it from of Jack. So, first of all, let's talk about what opportunities Jack never gets. Okay? Like opportunities like his New Wave Oven review. Okay? Back in the GeoCities days, we would create web rings with a link that would send you to the next website in the web ring. It was really weird and fun. Do you remember? Does anyone remember Stumble Upon? I really liked that Stumble Upon website. So Jack decided to do a review of the New Wave Oven. New Wave Oven Pro, as seen on TV, okay? So he decided to do a review. This was 8 years ago.
I'm going to make a quick...
Aw.
Okay, I almost never did this video this year. I'm running out of time. The videos are backing up. I have so many videos that...
So this was back when he had 2 functioning arms. Let's see. December 20th of 2014. This was right before Christmas.
that are have to be done that I almost didn't get this in, but I promised so many people. The New Wave Pro Infrared Oven is the #1 most requested product review to be done in the past 3 years. And I just never wanted to drop $100 on this thing. I got an oven. I got a convent. I just don't need this, but it's so important to you guys. So I spent the money and I have it. And check this out. It claims to air fry, barbecue, roast, grill, bake, broil, dehydrate, and steam. It does all that. So we're going to do one thing today. The one thing it always claims to do, And then next year, I'm going to bring this out again. I'll do probably another part 2 or part 2 and 3. But let's try this right now.
I
It
don't believe there was a
claims-
part 2.
Look at this.
I could be
A
wrong.
frozen turkey I'm putting in there.
Actually, I know he made jerky in this before. I'm not sure exactly if he. I don't think he ever tried to do this again, which is the cook. Like, notice the big label: no defrosting. Cook 16-pound frozen solid turkey.
That thing's way frozen. This thing's frozen solid. I just pulled it out of the freezer. It claims you can put
Also,
it
love
right
the
in,
Minion hat.
and it'll cook it. And I think it's like 14 minutes a pound. I don't know. I'm gonna get it all set up. I'm gonna get the frozen turkey inside it. We're gonna take a look, and we're gonna cook a frozen turkey to done. We're gonna let it set and see how juicy it gets. I'm gonna put this in here, and then what's gonna happen is this is frozen, so I can't get the giblets out yet. So we put it breast side down, cook it for half the time, then go in there carefully with some gloves, and we're gonna flip the bird, we're gonna season the bird, and we're gonna pull the giblets out, okay? So let me get the turkey in there, and I'll show you what it looks like. But I have done all my homework.
You know, it really doesn't seem safe to be cooking it with all that plastic inside, because the giblets and the neck and shit, well, not the neck, but usually the giblets are like in a bag or in like maybe parchment paper wouldn't be so much of an issue, but still.
And that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. If this can cook a frozen turkey in less than 3.5 hours from rock hard to ready to eat, this can cook anything. All right, I'm gonna put the bird in here like that. Breast side down, right? Breast side down.
I guess ultimately, though, you would have to ask yourself, where do you find a turkey that isn't prepared like that?
Put the dome over
Is
it.
it hot, Jack?
Put the motor on top. The cooking unit. Gonna plug it in. Whoops, sorry. Plug it in. There we go. Okay, here we go. Power level on high.
Oh, God, what is
Cooking
going on
time
with your
is 3
fingernails?
And 25
Like, what is that?
minutes, and then start. Okay, now
I have to
think you
remember
can
to
see
include that.
It's starting to melt quickly. So we're going to leave this alone right now. And there is your shot. We're going to show you what it looks like halfway through. Yeah, it's still a little warm.
Wow.
I'm going to put it on its top. There we go. Take this off gently. Put it over here. Try to get this off too. Really juicy and moist. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is flip it and just seasoned it. I'm gonna flip it.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
So,
Let's see if
so
you're gonna hit it one more time.
moist.
Some seasoning. Okay, as you can see, my thermometer fits in there perfectly. Put this on
Amazing.
top of that. Put the power on high.
I don't believe that's the correct
And we're gonna
place
do cook
to
time.
have the thermometer.
3.
The reason I say that is I believe it's supposed to be more like up here, but
0.
okay.
And start.
That turkey shouldn't have died for this, at least.
There we go. Okay, so not only are we done, but we are
Wow.
ahead of schedule. I had 3 minutes left. I had to turn it off. The turkey reached temperature before the time allotted. How awesome is that? All right, I'm going to make a quick observation while this is cooling. This is what I've seen so far. The top is very dark, almost burnt. I would say it
Anyone have any observations here for
burned a little bit right on
happening
top
here?
Darker than I like. Now the side here isn't as brown as I like, but I mean the heat was coming from the top down, so I get it. And I did flip it.
It's not as brown as you like. It is not as brown as you like. You're not concerned about the color that it actually is. That's straight pink. You know, maybe it's the
And I will
lighting,
tell you
right?
this: inside here, you can't see it right now.
Oh, wow.
In the cavity, it's full of liquid, full of juice, very moist.
That-
I expect this to be really,
Okay.
really good. I kind of wish we'd had more golden brown on the outside. Same on this side here. But we're gonna give it a few minutes, and then I'm gonna carve into it, and we're gonna give it a taste. Now, I was just gonna carve this, but the thing
My
is so wet.
God.
I just want to show you. Look at this. Can you see how wet my hands are? It's like moist.
Yes.
It just look at it. Look how tender that is. That is just huge. Unbelievable.
Like, what is this? Fucking turkey sashimi?
Wet.
What is that shit
Okay,
called?
so I want to be totally honest with you. I want to show you the meat. This is the breast meat.
Oh
It's
my
super
God.
wet. Look at that. Look at that. Look, I just pushed down on it. Juice.
So
is-
look, this is the reason Jack gets called the king of salmonella. Okay? It's shit like this where he looks at this meat and doesn't say, "Oh, it's a little undercooked." He says, "Look at it. It's so juicy. Wow. Cooked to my exact liking." Which is very concerning. Especially 3 strokes later.
comes gushing out.
That would be a good name for a band.
Came out
3
perfect.
strokes later.
See this one? This one? Look how wet it is. Look at that.
Oh my God.
It's filling up the plate with juice. That's amazing. Look, the wings. There's the wing meat. Came out perfect. Wings look beautiful. Here's my only concern, and this leg thigh
You
combo
can use it, you just gotta
came
pay
out
me
okay. But if you flip
royalties.
it over, I have a little bit of redness in here.
A
Here's
little
what
bit.
I'm telling you. I am not knocking this product. I am blown away today. But I gotta be totally honest with you. Leave it a little extra. Put your thermometer in the thigh, not in the breast meat. Breast meat's gonna get cooked. But we want to make sure this
Like, he seems to think that because the turkey managed to get completely defrosted in a few hours, which, okay, you could have done that in the oven. Like, you could have achieved these almost the same results just using an oven. Like, this does not work for what it's claiming.
thigh meat gets cooked. This has to be 180. So go by the thigh meat if you use the
Because another thing you might notice is that if you had gone too much longer to, like, actually cook this through, that shit would have burned.
New Wave oven, okay? That's my only tip. I'm going to zap this a little bit. It'll cook it right up. Same thing on this one. Same
Oh
thing.
my
See what?
God.
Just a little bit. Didn't get cooked right in the center. This is a complete success. It has blown my mind. It cooked in 3.5
Christ.
hours from solid frozen turkey to done. The little pinkness is my fault. Has nothing to do with this machine. It did the job it's supposed to. Now, one of the downfalls is it's kind of hard to clean, so be ready. There's a little bit of a cleanup job on
Wait,
the
was
machine
this a
itself.
turkey or a
But next
chicken?
year, I
It
think
was
I'm
a
going to try
turkey, right?
dehydrating some beef jerky. We're going to try some veggies in here. There's a lot of things I can do with this thing, but for right now, this is deemed a success. If you have money left over after Christmas, I recommend you getting this. And there's a link down below if you want to price it out and see what Amazon's got it going for. All right, you guys, that's it. Another successful product review. I will see you on the next episode. Take care.
You ever wonder if Jack is colorblind? I usually am along with the theory that there is a evil spirit that lives inside Jack that feeds on raw meat. That's what I believe. But you know, a lot of people have their thoughts on the matter. So like, what did you guys think if you were Mr. Wave, CEO of New Wave Ovens Pros Incorporated? What do you think? Would you hire Jack on the spot? Would you be like, Jack, we need you to be our spokesperson? Well, they didn't go that far. But he did get to meet Montel. New Wave Pro Plus guest Jack Scalfani. So in 2015, New Wave decided to shoot the infomercial for the New Wave Oven Pro, and they included Jack.
Now, look, I get it. You're sitting at home right now and you're thinking, okay, Montel's on a TV
That is
cooking
Montel
show,
Williams.
and he's using the New Wave Oven Pro Plus, and he's making it look so easy, but is it going to turn out the same way when I try to do it myself at home? Well, guess what? My next guest thought the same thing, and after years of hearing about other people who use the New Wave, he said, I got to try this myself. And what did he do? He made a whole frozen turkey in only 15 minutes per pound. You got to take a look at this.
My name is Jack Scalfani. I am the host of the Cooking with Jack show on YouTube. And on the show, I've been using the New Wave oven for 2 years. Even when the camera's not running, I'm using it. I've always been oven for 2 years. Even when the camera's
Not the soy Jack face. Not the soy Jack face.
not running, I'm using it.
And
I've
yes,
always been reluctant.
the Bitmoji. I'm surprised that nowhere along the process of like them, the company, like this company taking his logo and putting it up, that they didn't say, you know, you can't use Bitmojis for like commercial purposes, right? Like, you're not supposed to use Bitmojis for commercial purposes. That's my understanding behind the license on those.
About things I see on TV.
But they sure as fuck
And
put that shit
I
on
was starting
TV.
to
They
get
put it on the
testimony
sauce
after
bottles. They put
testimony
that
of
shit on the
New
shelves at
Wave.
Walmart.
People who had already tried it and just begged me to just give it a chance. And I finally broke down. I went for the 4-hour frozen turkey to done. A frozen turkey I'm putting in there.
That's the video we just watched. That means the New Wave Oven people watched his video. I assume they saw the results. And all I can think is they were like, okay, I guess this guy's stupid enough that, like, you know, we won't even have to pay him, you know? Like, he's obviously dumb enough that we won't have to fucking pay him for this. Like, he'll come on, we'll just be like, you're gonna meet Montel and we'll give you a free set of tongs or some shit, you know?
That thing's way frozen. I expect the top half of my turkey to be cooked and the bottom half to be raw. And then I checked on it. I'm like, ooh, look at the meat.
Yeah, but that's exactly what happened.
It's cooking evenly. Oh, look, it's starting to brown the outside. And every minute, I became more and more of a fan.
Literally
By the
what
time
happened.
I was done filming the turkey episode, I was like, I was in shock. It was one of these. Not only are we done,
Another
but
soy
we
Jack
are
face.
ahead of schedule. I cut into every part of that thing, and it was beautiful. You can go from solid frozen rock to ready to serve on somebody's plate. That was mind-blowing.
Please welcome Jack Scalfani to the show. Dude, come on, man. You actually made that turkey from rock hard frozen. I saw it.
It was crazy.
It was kind of a challenge?
It was a shock. I was watching it, and magic was happening right before my eyes.
No,
great.
we've got this beautiful bird. Let me just go ahead and open this puppy up. Oh, my goodness. Take that extender ring off and look at that, my friend. Bang. Right
beautiful.
over to you.
See, I guarantee you that one was not frozen and probably cooked in a normal oven.
Can I go for it?
Please, please do.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, my favorite part's right there.
Oh, man.
Look at the juice. You just-
That's a little overcooked for Jack, man.
That's
kinda crazy.
absolutely beautiful.
Let me get it.
Look at
Finger,
that.
man.
Look at that.
People need to remember.
What is this? Like, what is this? Why are they leading in? Like, it's that. What was the movie? Is it the. What's the movie with the dogs and the spaghetti? Is that The Aristocrats? What is that movie called?
People need to remember is that number one, you're cooking this at
Lady in the
77%
Tramp.
less power. You're cooking it probably 75% less time. You're also using less fat, so you're cooking more nutritiously, healthier, easier, faster. What more can we say other than you guys give it up to my homie?
And that's how Jack became best friends with Montel Williams. Okay? And so, I mean, I have to look at this and be like, is that not an opportunity for you, Jack? I mean, like, let's just put aside like the fact that you get all of this clout and free publicity for your YouTube channel. I mean, you got to meet Montel Williams, you know? I don't even like Montel Williams. And I would just like the ability to say I met Montel Williams, you know? You know, how is this not an opportunity for you? But that's only like one example of what I'm talking about here. Because, like, as another example, Jack, back in the day, if I can find it, I'm not sure which of his channels it's on. But I believe it's on his main channel. But I'm going to have all kinds of trouble finding it. So this, I don't know how long ago. This might be on his other channel. Jack on the Go. Let's see. The Jack on the Go show. Next up. So we got invited to something called YouTube Next Up. I don't think that's the video though. Oh no. Was it called Next Up? This is it. YouTube Space LA. YouTube Next Up. This is in 2013. Here's a bunch of random clips from my week-long stay at YouTube's new Space LA studios. The video does not do justice on how amazing this facility is. It was an amazing week. So he gets invited to this thing called YouTube Next Up. I guess they've got new studios in LA. This is back when he lived in California. And like I said, Jack's been on YouTube since the very beginning, okay? When it came to like cooking content on the very early days of YouTube, Jack was like the only person making like decent quality cooking content. Now, it's not like that's improved in any way since 2007, but that's what he was doing. So, like I said, YouTube invites him to this Next Up thing where it's like he meets up with a bunch of other like YouTubers and shit.
Okay, so here's the deal. A lot of you have been guessing what's been going on. Sorry, my caller. So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight. Now, this won't air for a while because I'm not allowed to talk about this. So I'm recording now, and I'll broadcast this later when I can show you guys. Basically, YouTube does this thing every year called YouTube Next Up. And it is the Next Up group of who they think are rising stars and the next big thing. And they pick 30 people. They fly them all out to Los Angeles, put them up in
Oh, you're the next big thing, Jack.
a hotel like the one behind me. And it's we get to collaborate. We get to work in the YouTube studios. Obviously, and thankfully, and I'm very blessed to be one of the 30 of the YouTube Next Up for 2013. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Put that at the end of the video. All right, the moment of truth. Wolfgang Puck coffee in the hotel. Here we go. Burning hot. It's awful. Okay, so here's the deal. So it's the first morning. I'm at the hotel. They're going to put us on a shuttle over to the Playa Vista YouTube studios, and it's called YouTube Space. And I noticed something. Not only I'm the oldest guy here, which is kind of funny, but I don't care. But I'm big, and every other YouTuber here is skinny and young. They're all skinny and young. So I found that kind of odd, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's the next generation. Maybe the next.
Like I said, Jack was pretty much the only food guy on YouTube at the time, okay? And like I said, I mean, he really hasn't gotten his head out of that space still, you know, and we're looking at what they almost 20 years later here.
Generation don't eat. I don't know. And these guys are the best group of guys.
Okay, now here's where we get to play a game as to like see if you recognize any of these YouTubers and if they're like still relevant today.
But if you look over there, everybody is
But guess who his roommate is?
And I'm just like, I may take up 2 seats.
Wait
on the
for
shuttle,
it.
I don't know. And then if you look over here, there's a few guys in there. They're also skinny, and they're the coolest guys. That guy right there is my roommate. And
Oh
he's
wait,
named
I thought Repsion was his roommate.
Daniel, and I will put up a link to his channel. But everybody here is.
But yeah,
absolutely.
that's Repsion, that guy that like I guess was like fucking with Onision for a while. Don't know a ton about it.
Good looking, perfect, and so it's interesting. Okay, so this is what it sounds like when you put YouTubers in a bus. Yeah, that's what
Wait,
it sounds
who
like.
is? Hold on, who is PMI and who is Peter Hollins and Gigafied?
Isn't it crazy? And I just want to say thanks to Angel. He let me sit in the front seat. All right. So if you see Angel in LA, he's taking care of all of us, getting us there safely to the new studios. Okay, so
He does funny commentary on movie and TV shows.
Holy
Oh my
cramoly,
god!
look at this.
Yeah, that's the
Look at
thing.
that.
I don't recognize. I will admit,
am-
I don't recognize a lot of these people. It's not like I knew a lot of, like, I didn't watch a lot of the personalities, I guess, on YouTube back in the day. But yeah, like, I will admit forthright that I don't recognize a lot of these people. Even like the only name that I recognize here, I think was Repsion, and even then, I don't think I've ever watched one of his videos.
No idea. I don't see myself there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite breakfast of all breakfasts is the infamous continental breakfast. There it is. That's it.
Wow, that wasn't worth
I
a
have
shot.
a private screening room of all of us here. Oh, there you go.
No, and here's the other thing is like for, you know, I'll admit I never went to TwitchCon or anything like that, but like with these conventions, I know how I personally would feel about it, and I know how other streamers have expressed that they feel about it. I'm already on camera as a job. I don't want to be on camera at one of these events. I want to be left alone, okay? I'm not, when I'm out in public, I don't want to be on camera, okay? I really don't. It's one of the most annoying things, and it's so hard to try to express to other people that it's like, I really don't want to be on camera, and they're like, it's your job. What do you mean? What's the problem? Like, why do you care? And it's like, I just don't want to be on camera. Like, it's stressful, you know? That's why I like doing this show, is because I don't get on camera. But anyway, Jack has to be the one here with his camera out, filming everybody. Say hi to the camera, everybody.
We're all in a private screening room. We have no idea what we're going to be a part of.
Keyword private.
They all wave. If you're a YouTuber, you have to wave when a camera's running. So, and then there's the speaker over there. And then we have a big, giant screen. Okay, go
What
ahead.
about Kid Haru?
This is one of the... Oh! No way! Nice!
Great job. Great job.
Okay, so here's the editing room. Look at this. Coffee. Look at this. Yes.
Ooh, coffee. I wonder
get to
if there's
edit up all
food.
these. So sweet.
So they're clearly on some kind of like office/studio tour or whatever, and he's going around filming and muttering and shit while the guy's talking.
On every one of
It's
these.
just like, again, no social cues whatsoever.
Isn't that awesome? Look at how many. We can edit all in here. Oh man, that's cool.
Should have
Oh,
had
is this an
Jack
audio
cater
room?
the event.
Nice. Okay.
Like, in my opinion, you can tell by the way everyone looks at the camera that they're like, why are you filming? Every single one of them looking at the camera is like, oh God, stop.
Nice. Okay. All right, so here we go. Look at this. I'm in the audio room. I love the microphone. And then is that a GoPro right there?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so these are all film
The GoPro.
Yeah, and they got a monitor right here too. That is so cool.
This editing suite? Yes, the digital audio workstation. I think it's running Logic.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Look
it
at
is?
this
Oh, it's the
room.
audio booth.
Yeah, this is the total. Oh, they got JBLs. Those are my favorite. We're like kids at candy stores. Whoops, we're getting yelled at. I just wanted to get a shot. I'm sorry.
You notice how the one person he yelled at is Jack.
These are the cables running underneath me. Look.
So he's getting everyone separated from the tour group and filming everything.
How powerful this place is. Unbelievable.
It's so powerful. It's a bunch of fucking Ethernet cables.
this room to one of those VO rooms, and then you'll be off the races.
Hey, can I have one of these?
I want to do a song.
Can I buy one of these
Ask.
for my show?
What is it?
It's for the mic. It's under the mics.
I mean, probably
It's
make
just
one.
No, it's easy to just buy one.
Right. I don't think they would. They probably just made that here.
I'm sure they did. Look how cool this is.
You
put
can
that-
definitely.
So he, out of nowhere, just goes, "Can I take this?" Because this stupid, it's one of those mic flags. And what it is, it's like, if you've ever seen one of those news reporters with the big microphone, they'll have like a little box thing around the microphone that says like Fox 6 News or whatever. That's what this is. It's a mic flag that just, whatever. And he's out and out, damn it. Can I have it?
Buy the thing, but they probably don't sell it with the YouTube on it.
Oh, and then just print the YouTube logo.
Exactly.
Got it.
And yes, that's what the guy was trying to say to him, is it's like you buy these things. In fact, I think I have one of these laying around, but you buy this, it's a little cube, and then you put a sticker on it.
Probably don't sell it with the YouTube on it.
Oh, and then just print the YouTube logo.
Exactly.
Got
Yeah,
it.
you get a label and stick it on there.
Chris, the gatekeeper.
Hey, Chris, what's up, man?
He's the man to buy a beer and be best friends with.
This looks like the video game Dishonored, and it's electrical. Have you seen that? It looks just like this.
God.
Serious, you can't go through it until you rewire it. Here's the back lot. This is all the
Again,
equipment.
remembering how
When you need
old this is, like, I don't know.
things. There's light
not
panels. Look at the light panels right here.
These people are not gamers.
This is overwhelming. Look at all these light panels. Okay, now we were just in the back lot back there. If you see that metal door way at the end of this shot, that's Freddie W's own studio. He's filming Video Game High School. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. If you do know what I'm talking about, it's pretty cool to be that close to the set. Okay, they even have a fire pole here. And when I mean fire pole, I mean it's a real fire pole. You can come down from upstairs.
You could also strip on it.
And you could strip. Go ahead, Eric. Demonstrate just a little. There you go. All right, keep it
What
going,
about
man.
Suburban Homeboy?
Oh, Eric, dude, doing it. If
Why are you encouraging Jack right now?
I had a dollar bill, if I
It's a lot
only had a
thicker
dollar,
than a stripper pole.
what?
It's a lot thicker than a stripper pole.
Is it? How do you know? Just by feeling it, you know? I want to get the whole pole. So I'm filming sideways just for a moment. Here we go. Eric's up there. Uh-oh. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. There it is. There it is. Oh, my goodness. Nice job.
It had a little
Okay, so
too much
here's the green screen
traction.
room. There's all the studio lights up there. See?
and they light this whole green screen area. We can come in here and we can film. Look how much green area there is.
Oh, wow.
And then you place your camera and you got the monitors and light panels. Crazy. Now, if you look out here, you'll see these tents out here. That's the catering area. That is an interest to me.
Jack, it sounds like you got separated from the group again.
That is the food service for the series that Freddie W. is filming called Video Game High School.
And I should add that's another point is like, should you even be filming this stuff? Like, I'm surprised they're even letting him film, if I've got to be honest, because a lot of times in these offices, you're dealing with like confidential stuff that YouTube might not want the public to see.
Cool. Okay, I got a sneak peek. We got the
like this
studio here of Video Game
where
High
he's
School.
backstage while I believe they're filming.
So we're just gonna give you a back. This is where they build everything. Right here. And everybody's getting ready for the show. And sneak peek right there.
I am telling you, these people are not having your shit, Jack.
Get real quiet. And let's go around the other side. Let's go the other side. Let's see if I can sneak over.
They're like, oh, fuck, somebody, it's another tour day, isn't it?
And show you from the other angle. They're doing hair and makeup right now. And then here's the back side. You can see there's the backdrop of outside.
Like, in my humble opinion, you are far too close to being in frame right now.
The fake backdrop, and then you have plants, the lighting, the light panels.
YouTube invited me, really snowballed into I can do whatever I like. Yep.
And then you have the
pretty much
classroom windows right there. That's the backside of Video Game High School right there.
Thank you, YouTube, for allowing me to share this experience with my viewers. So I ask again, is this not an opportunity? Is there a reason that YouTube, in my opinion, gave him an opportunity, helped his channel out, and what did he do with it? He went and decided to be as obnoxious as humanly possible. So, I mean, in my opinion, YouTube helped him out quite a bit. You want to know who else helped him out? Quite a bit. Shark Tank. This is Jack Scalfani's Shark Tank story from Total Kool-Aid and More. So Jack likes to keep internet blogs, and he likes to write little live journal posts.
Blog and Cookies. A blog.
So yes, this is from Blog and Cookies. My Shark Tank story.
Authored by Jack Scalfani. July 24th, 2012. My Shark Tank story. So where do I start? I know. Let's start at the part where I thought I could get on the Shark Tank. My goal was to submit an application to Shark Tank, the show on ABC. I was going to resubmit once a week until I got notified that they wanted me on the show. Well, they did notify my...
Also, why is Shark Tank in all capital letters? Well, they did notify my...
But it was to tell me to stop submitting after my 7th submission. So I stopped and waited. 2 weeks later, I get a call that Shark Tank is interested in me, and the best.
And one thing I will say about Jack is he seems to be so goddamn persistent, that, in my opinion, that's where his success comes from, is from him just being persistent and never taking no for an answer. And I mean, look, that's an admirable quality.
Best barbecue sauce you'll ever taste.
Although sometimes you do need
So
to
I
know
get
when
to speak with the
no means
casting
no.
department of the show, and they ask me a gazillion questions. That all went well. Then the producers of the show call me and ask for product samples. It seems the jars of sauce that I mailed to the casting department never made it to the producers. What a shock. So I send another...
I want to know what his conspiracy theory is here. Does he think the casting department never they ate it all before the producers could get to it? It was just his barbecue sauce was so fucking good that they gobbled up all the barbecue sauce so they'd get another case for free.
Their package of 8 jars to the producers. They loved the sauce. Then I am asked to fill out a 25-page contract with the show that says a few interesting things. One, if I strike a deal with the Sharks, then the production company of the show gets either a 5% equity in my company or a 2% royalty on my product that I am pitching, and they get this amount as long as the product or company exists. 2, if I speak about this to anyone before air date, it's a $5 million fine. 3, if I strike any deal with any of the Sharks within a year of the air date, then the production company gets the above choice. So now I have to keep my mouth shut and I have to reevaluate my pitch. I can't...
I'm going to give you just a quick spoiler because from what I can tell, I mean, if it works that way, then he actually kind of violated the contract by talking about it, because there never was an air date, because there never was an episode.
Allow the Sharks to get more than 44% of the company if the production company is getting 5%. This is for fear of the Shark and the production company combining their shares to sell the company out from underneath me. So I told the producers that I wanted $100,000 for 20% of my company, and in my head I was willing to give them as much as 44%. The producers had me film my pitch and send...
Hold on, what is that? 100,000 for 20% of my company? So what is he valuing it at? 500,000? Is that right or no? Is that right? 500. He's valuing his barbecue sauce at $500,000.
as much as 44%. The producers had me film my pitch.
I'm
and
not
send
good at
it to
basic
them.
math
They
anymore,
loved
I'm
it.
sorry.
Here is the video. Great. Now I just need my film date. The producers told me I'd be filming in July, so the producers and I...
By the way, I would kill to watch that video of his pitch to Shark Tank.
practiced every week on my pitch, and I nailed it every week. Then the producers asked me tough questions like the Sharks might ask to see how I would answer. I passed that with flying colors. The last thing the producers asked me was, this is just hypothetical, but if Mark Cuban offers to buy your entire company, what would your price be? I answered $4 million, without missing a beat. They were surprised I had such a firm number in my head. I told them that has been the price since the day I started 12 years ago. So a few weeks go by, and then I am told they have pushed me to the September filming group. Okay, I am patient. I will start practicing my pitch at the end of August and strike a deal with the Sharks in September. At this point, I have no doubt in my mind that I will get a deal or get bought out when I get on that show. I am sure they will realize that I have many promising factors that will make my sauce #1. In fact, in my back pocket, I was keeping the information about my Walmart meeting. I am going to be meeting, God still willing, with Walmart in the fall about taking my sauces nationwide.
Yes, so he's going to be getting his sauces in Walmart. This actually did end up happening.
The other thing I was holding in my back pocket was that I have the Cooking with Jack show that promotes my sauces in over 95 countries, and I have been seen over 8 million times. I would only tell them about these promising aspects if it looked like the shark deal was falling apart. Now, let me tell you about what happened today. I am getting my hair cut at Mount Zion Barbershop, telling my barber Scott that I have some big things coming and that God's will be done. I tell Scott that if God doesn't want me to have what's coming, he will take it away from me. Not 2 minutes after I said those words, my cell phone rings. It's the
He manifested it.
producers of Shark Tank calling. They tell me that they are sorry to inform me, but the show is cutting a lot of the September people, and that I would not be going on the show. Now comes a really long, awkward silence. Since I am no longer on the show, I can inform my barber Scott of what just happened. His jaw hit the floor. Poor guy didn't know what to say. I tried.
But see, again, like, not, you weren't supposed to talk about the contract, and you'll see why in a second. You're not supposed to talk about it, like, unless, like, up until after you would have been on the show.
I tried to keep a smile on my face as long as I could,
What?
until Jack Jr., sitting in the barber chair next to me, said, "What happened, Dad?" Now the lump in my throat had erupted. My heart hurt, and my brain started screaming
Shut
in
up,
my head
Junior.
to hold it together and be a positive example for your son on how to behave when you lose. So I told Jack Jr. what happened and said that I was okay. Jack Jr. then said, "Sorry, Dad." I replied, "As long as I have you in my life is already heaven." I drove straight home and went to this blog to share with everyone what just happened. I started typing this blog post hoping it would help me get over the pain of rejection. I am now done typing. It didn't help. Update, December 14th, 2012. I flew out to Walmart and met with them in Arkansas. They flipped over all my sauces and I will be going into Walmart starting April 2013. I will be in California Walmarts to start. I should get at least 100 stores. Then, if it does well, I get to grow across the USA. I am very happy, and it all turned out for the best. Thank you, God. You know better than I do what's best for me.
So, again, is this not an opportunity? Not only did you get in contact and offered to go on Shark Tank, you also get your sauces in Walmart. Nobody helped you. You didn't get a leg up from anybody. Nobody helped you, Jack.
Update, March 22nd, 2013. My first and biggest order ever just shipped out to Walmart. I will be in 180 stores on the West Coast. I will be on shelves the week of April 7th. Here is a list if anyone cares. Thank you, God, for your will being done.
And I will reiterate that I don't think that, you know, it's his persistence. I get it. It's his persistence. He's an annoying son of a bitch, and a lot of people will do whatever they can to shut him up. But at the end of the day, there are people that still have to get involved to help you out. That's why I'm emphasizing for you to sit here and act like nobody ever helped me. I had to do it all on my own. Yeah, welcome to how life works. You know, there are plenty of people that are going to be involved in the supply chain that brings your product to market. So if your product gets to market, I guarantee you there are people that helped make that happen, okay? It's not like you fucking created the store from which to sell it from. You didn't make Walmart. You didn't sneak into the back of Walmart in the middle of the night to put the fucking sauce on the shelf.
Update, July 30th, 2015. So I was asked to appear on a show called West Texas Investors Club. The new show launches on CNBC August 4th at 10 p.m. Not sure what episode I'm on. Funny thing is, 1 week after I signed to do this show, Shark Tank calls me to invite me back to appear on the show. I turned them down and went with this show because they reached me first. That is just how I work.
Jack Sauce was turned down on West Texas Investors Club. So he cried when they asked to buy his YouTube channel instead. Okay, so we've watched the West Texas Investors Club thing before. I can't play it on here. It'll kick me off YouTube. But he ends up going on a basically a Shark Tank knockoff show that I think was on like CNBC or some shit. And he goes on this show and they want to buy his YouTube channel. He's like, no deal. That's my YouTube channel. That's me. And like cries about it and all this shit. The whole episode's a fucking mess. But we'll leave that to the side since I can't really even show you any of that. But again, he got asked to go back on Shark Tank and went with the knockoff show West Texas Investors Club. Again, nobody at Shark Tank gave you an opportunity. West Texas Investors Club didn't give you an opportunity. Well, let's keep reading. Jack Sauces were removed from Walmart. It was later revealed that his brother Jim had a corporate job at Walmart and had used nepotism to prop up Jack's sauce business. So nobody helped you get your sauces. Nobody. You know, I'm over here virtue signaling that you should probably thank the stock boy that had to put your fucking nasty ass sauces on the goddamn shelf. But you want to sit here and say nobody helped you out when your brother works for fucking Walmart corporate in Arkansas. Nobody gave you a leg up. His fucking YouTube channel was advertised on every bottle of those sauces. Jack's sauce was later sold at Do It Best Hardware Store's online store. Again, with his brother's help, it has since been removed. Despite the brand being discontinued and highly unpopular, Jack currently values his sauce recipe at $100,000. I do actually have a jar of the best. I have a couple jars of the best barbecue sauce ever. Wham sent them to me probably like a year or two ago. I know that it would probably be unfair for me to try them because technically they've been sitting in my pantry for quite a while. But I am going to try them, but I think they would be, if they're properly canned, which you have to trust Jack Scalfani of all people to properly jar and can something. But if they are, then they shouldn't be bad or anything. So he turns down Shark Tank, the biggest free exposure for your product in your lifetime, for some unknown show. Ouch, double ouch. I don't know about that. If he properly canned the sauce, there should be no problem. Like, I've looked at the jars. They don't look bad or anything. They look like the same day I got them. But, you know, I will try them, but I don't know. So, again, no help, no opportunities. And, in fact, I'll give you one other one, which is... Yeah, I think I have time for it. I've got one other example of an opportunity. I don't know that I wrote this down. Oh, no, here it is. Let's see if you guys recognize somebody in this video. Pink's Hot Dogs, Hollywood, California. This is one of his early episodes of Jack on the Go from 2013. Maybe it's not that early. He does have his intro. Oh.
Okay, today I have company and I'm gonna be filming everybody. Everybody's filming everybody. So we are in Hollywood. We were all come down to the YouTube Next Up program where a bunch of YouTubers get together. So right now,
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm doing
Just
it with
wait
people
for it.
from YouTube. They've got their own shows, and I'll introduce them in a second. We're at Pink's.
Oh, it
and
is.
We are
It's
in
exactly who you
Hollywood.
think it
sorry,
is.
Hollywood. There's Emmy. Emmy made in Japan. That's her channel. Emmy is so awesome, and she's Japanese.
And notice how hard they are all trying to ignore him.
Go figure. Look at her. She's a photographing fiend. How are you?
Hi.
You hungry?
Starving.
Starving. Awesome.
Can't
Awesome.
wait. We're at Pink. So.
Now, was your idea to come here?
Yes, this is iconic. This is Pink's, like
So
Hollywood.
Hi. Oh my gosh, we're all filming each other.
So this is Zach.
Howdy.
Tell them your channel.
It's
Now, at minimum, in this scenario, all three of them are filming vlogs, and there is a version of this video on Emmy's channel, by the way. So they're all filming vlogs. I get it. Although it does seem like he pulled the camera out a little early.
Jack Attack 69, and it's a food show.
Yeah, go subscribe. He's awesome. And then. Guess who? So tell them your channel. It's Emmy from Emmy Made in Japan. Hi everybody. All right,
There
so
they are.
go
Totally
subscribe
cool.
to them. We're gonna go to Pink's Hot Dogs.
Wait, I need you to say your channel, Ashley.
My channel is Finger Pastels.
And I'll have it on the screen.
No, I don't
for
know who
everybody
this
to
girl
see
is.
Because she's awesome, as much as Emmy is awesome.
We're all dressed.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. All right, well, I'm gonna film you filming me. I'm Jack, and I do the Cooking with Jack show.
That's right.
Can someone look up how many subscribers
I
Emmy
guess we
has?
just get in line. This is it, right? Did we just get in line? Yeah, just get in line? Yeah, okay, cool. You guys ready? You come get in line, yeah?
Stop
Okay, look at
filming
this.
these
Look at this.
people. They're
They're
working.
crazy. World famous. There's an original shop right there. And if you look, the prices are so reasonable. Double strawberry Swiss cheeseburger. Oh my gosh. I just want their big.
Listen, I will admit $4 for a hamburger. What's the cheeseburger? Double cheeseburger, $5.70. That's not that great, but still, this is 2013. You know, these are 2013 prices.
Giant 12-inch jalapeno dogs.
I don't know what to get.
Okay, so here, look how tiny the place is. It's so little. And you both got bacon chili cheese dogs?
Yeah, we did.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to describe this one more time, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
We're doing the 12-inch. Oh, I am. I'm doing a 12-inch jalapeno dog, and the jalapenos are inside. I've had this dog before in Buena Park, but I've never had it here. It's got bacon, it's got crema, it's got onions and mustard and ketchup, and it's absolutely beautiful. I can't even get the whole thing on my phone here.
Ketchup.
Out of that bad boy.
I can't even get it.
There it is. And then you guys, what did you guys get again?
Jack, why are you screaming?
Cheese, hot dog.
Oh my God.
It has like everything.
Look how it glistens, guys.
It glistens.
It's glistening, and that's what I like. All right, so who's biting first?
God.
I'm gonna try this.
Like, he is yelling at the top of his lungs and making it already, you know, it's already awkward enough. The hot dogs are already awkward enough.
Are you drinking first?
I think I'm gonna take a sip. All right. Onion. All right. This is messy and gross. Come on, down the hatch. Ready?
Oh, look at that. A double bite.
Jack,
Wow.
shut up.
See, you took it on.
You know that's good.
What?
The chili tastes a bit like Hormel chili, like the canned chili stuff. It's really
Like I said, who else is going to make the process of eating a hot dog, especially as a female, more awkward than it already is?
good. And then you got some of the onion. I haven't got any bacon yet. Wait.
Dang, her video is only 3 minutes long compared to his. Yeah, because she edited a lot of this out.
Wait, let me get the bacon. Hang on. Oh yeah. That's amazing.
Stop with the soy Jack face.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. What am I going to do? Oh, yeah, I'm going to eat it. That's what I'm going to do. Ready? Here we go.
Jack. Oh my god.
Hold on.
I'm just staring at the picture of Nancy Grace on the wall.
Mmm.
Oh, but you don't have any hands.
Mmm. Mmm.
This is insane.
Oh look, there's Fat Rosie.
Mmm. Oh. Yeah, Emmy.
Up
Emmy's
here.
alive. Oh, let me take two. Emmy is a lifesaver. Look, I'm all clean now. See? Pretty cool, huh? Okay.
Why are you yelling?
My buddy John was right. It's better here in Hollywood than it is in Buena Park. Way better, worth the trip. Wow. Okay, so you know how I rate everything.
I was about to say the women in the back ran away from him.
If you like hot dogs, it's you guys 10 stars. 10 stars out of 10, right? You give it top notches? Yep. Bacon on everything, man.
Oh,
Look
there's
at that.
Dolly.
Look at that. Okay, so here's the deal. It's better than the one at Buena Park. I love it. I love being with other YouTubers. They are the sweetest people. They're so nice. The only thing I can say about this hot dog I'm holding here, this is better than anything I've had at YouTube food-wise.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Austin, I love you, man, but dude, we gotta get food like that. See that? You guys need to serve that. I couldn't recognize anything I was eating at YouTube. I know it came out of the ground, I just don't know where. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next episode of Jack on the Go.
Screaming.
Bye-bye.
You know what that leads me to believe is that the whole time he was doing this YouTube Next Up shit, that he was complaining about the fucking food. Which is very, very on track for how Jack is. So I ask again, are these not all fucking opportunities? You know, I'd love to fucking meet Montel. And I mean, for Christ's sakes, like, don't even get me started on the fact that he's gone through 3 strokes at this point and is still somehow alive. So look, if Jack wants to help a bunch of YouTubers out, and if that's what he's doing, good on him. I'm glad to hear it. But maybe this Thanksgiving season, we need to remember the things that we should be thankful for, Jack. Because I know you're watching, you fat son of a bitch. Also, I will say that one of the reasons that I brought this up...
Blog and cookies.
Oh, Lord. I'm all over the place now. One of the reasons that I brought this up, too, was there was specifically a video where he mentions a couple of channels, and it was a video for the Jack Pack. In fact, I believe it's this video.
All right.
Where in the video he talks about like a couple of channels, but nowhere in the description does he mention how to find these channels, who he was talking about, nowhere in the comments. So it's just like I said, if you're trying to help out other YouTubers, good on you. But the way this works is that you're supposed to make it easy for me to find these other YouTubers so that I can go watch these other YouTubers and see if maybe, you know, I know you can't do the whole cooking thing yourself, but maybe you have some decent taste when it comes to food YouTubers. Maybe. I'd love to know, but you didn't link any of the fucking people that you're supposedly motherfucking promoting. So just do it right. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I was going to talk about the pink sauce, but I don't really feel like I may have time for that. Do y'all want to talk about Mr. Beast? Do y'all want to talk about Mr. Beast for a moment? I mean, or we can look into the pink sauce because there is some stuff, but, well... Yeah, let's do Mr. Beast, I guess. So I watched Mr. Beast's most recent video. And Mr. Beast, listen, Mr. Beast gets a lot of shit. And I don't want, again, I don't want to make you think that I'm necessarily shitting on him for the same reason I think that a lot of people shit on him. So a lot of people, a lot of, you know, very Christian parents shit on him because he's Mr. Beast. It's the beast, the mark of the beast. And then you get liberals that shit on him. And the reason that liberals tend to shit on him is for the idea that he does poverty porn. Okay? Press 1 in the chat if you have any idea what poverty porn would be. And press 2 if not. You know, it's okay if you're just like, what the fuck is poverty porn? So like, but it's the idea that, you know, Mr. Beast goes around giving people money because and effectively it's the idea that it's condescending. He does all of it for views and more money, and he's basically exploiting people who just need money when ultimately they think we should live in a socialist society where everybody has what they need. So I get that argument. That is not the argument that I am making here, and I want to just make sure that I'm clear about that. But the question is, why would he get this reputation in the first place among the left when it kind of does boggle my mind a little bit, because the whole point is they want everybody to be taken care of. But when it's the billionaire actually taking care of everybody, they have a problem with it. Now it's poverty porn. So I just don't agree with that assessment at all. But again, why would you get this impression of somebody who's literally just like handing out money, right? So I came across this video from 2 days ago. Let's watch
I'm about to work this $10 million job.
We're not going to watch the whole thing. Yeah, we're not going to watch the whole thing. We are going to scan through it a bit though.
As a professional athlete.
I'm sorry. The title is $1 versus $10 million job.
And I'm going to show you the difference between this and getting paid $200,000 to be an astronaut. This is insane. Getting paid $100,000 to dig up real dinosaur bones.
Oh my God.
And so many other jobs. Starting with the lowest paying job I could find, gold panning.
That can make as little as $1 a year.
But we're gonna make millions.
Statistically not.
Basically, gold panners put dirt in this mechanism, and with enough shaking and water, all of the gold is filtered out to the bottom. But it's not very easy, because after 5 hours of searching, I was definitely not rich.
Oh, boys, I found gold!
No!
How much is that little nugget worth?
That is 2 cents.
Exactly my point. You could do this for a whole year and only make $1.
But luckily for us, we're gonna be working jobs that pay over $10 million per year. But first, let's see what it's like.
Okay, so first problem that I have with this video, okay, is that we start off with a job that supposedly only makes you $1 a year. Now, the question that I have to ask is anyone, if it's $1 a year, this is where I think he went wrong with this, was why was it an annual salary as opposed to talking about an hourly wage? Okay? Like, this should have been discussed as an annual salary kind of thing as opposed to an hourly wage sort of thing. So if you're only going to be able to make $1 a year out of gold panning, is anyone actually doing this job? it seems to me there would be absolutely no reason that anybody would actually be doing this job if they're only netting $1 a year. So I assume that this is some job that's been taken over by automation or what have you. Okay? The thing is, when I initially went into this video, I thought that it was going to be an hourly wage kind of thing. And so I thought he was going to be actually like looking at jobs where people were making $1 an hour, 50 cents an hour, something like that. In which case, like, you know, go fly to whatever country that has these oppressive, these very low minimum wage laws and see what those jobs look like. You know what I mean? Instead, we get gold panning, which by all measurements doesn't seem to be a real thing at all. This doesn't appear to be an actual job that happens. I don't know what they're talking about as far as like nobody's making $1 a year off of this job because nobody's doing this job. It's not a real thing. Okay? Then we go to the next thing, which is we skip from $1 to $100,000 a year. Now, again, dare I ask, what about, I don't know, 10K a year? You could find a job somewhere in the world where somebody makes 10K a year or 50K a year. Yeah, skips 90% probably of America here and goes right to $100,000. And the weird thing to me is I'm actually shocked at the numbers that he's giving here, because the $100,000 job is archaeology and they're digging up dinosaur bones. And I would think that you got paid a lot more than $100K for that. Similarly, $200,000 is an astronaut. So here we get, shots of archaeology. Great. He's an astronaut. Wonderful. I don't think they actually go to space is the issue. Let's see. 300,000 a pilot?
From the moon.
Wait, and after we found out aliens were totally real, we headed to the stratosphere for our next job, where Carl and Nolan are gonna fly a plane.
I've never flown a plane.
Okay, so you want to tell me that you get paid less to be an astronaut and go into space, and you get paid more to fly a plane? Isn't being an astronaut like flying a much larger plane to a much farther distance? Am I just, minimizing the role of an astronaut? You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, 300,000 for flying a plane. Then we again skip over anything else and we go to $1 million. Wait for what $1 million is.
Guys, that the job that pays $1 million a year is hand modeling, but only if you're one of the highest paid hand models in the world.
Keyword, only if you're one of the highest paid hand models in the world. There are women that are modeling themselves, their entire body, for much less than $1 million a year. And I can tell you very confidently, most hand models are not getting paid $1 million a year. So how is this a good example of a $1 million a year job?
Makes 5 times the average salary of a doctor by letting people take photos of her hands, and her resume is stacked. She's hand modeled for almost any brand you've ever heard of. Her hands are even insured.
That's right. We're not actually watching this. They end up like shaving their hands and shit. It's kind of stupid. So then we get to, I think, 10 million.
Who got them on billboards all across the country. And now it's finally time for the job that pays $10 million per year.
Again, 1 million straight to 10 million.
That's right. I'm about to literally join the NFL.
This is literally my dream.
And if you think that...
And okay. There weren't... I feel the thing about this is that you've got to realize that if you've got this issue of like people coming at him pretty much just for being rich, what was the point of this video? And that's what I'm saying. This could have been so much more impactful if he had approached this from more of like an hourly salary kind of thing. Here's a job that makes $1 an hour. Here's a job that makes $5 an hour. Here's a job that makes $10 an hour. Here's a job that makes $1 million an hour, $10,000 an hour, whatever. And you actually get to explore a very wide range of jobs here. And as you pointed out, he could have worked like fast food or worked with managers, software engineers. Exactly. And if you look at the thumbnail, he sure makes it look like he worked fast food. He even uses the goddamn McDonald's logo. And this motherfucker didn't go near a McDonald's. And dare I say, I wouldn't even be shocked if McDonald's signed off on this. Because that's kind of the space that we're in these days. Is that they just say whatever and they just put out whatever without ever actually, you know, giving good context behind it. And again, I don't really look to shit on the guy for this. Because in a lot of ways, it's the viewer's fault for buying into it. But the thing about it is that the reason he gets so much shit is because he comes off as out of touch. When he says, I built 100 wells in Africa, nobody believes you built 100 wells in Africa. We all believe that you paid to have 100 wells built, you know? And maybe that's really the point of the video, but like it makes you look a little bit out of touch when you use a job that doesn't exist as an example of what $1 is, and then you immediately jump to $100,000 job as if nobody lives in between that. Most people, most of Mr. Beast viewers are not making $100,000. Sorry, they aren't. Okay. So then we get into kind of what the original criticism came from about Mr. Beast. Now, this is what people tend to look at when they say the poverty porn. And I believe this is Mr. It's the shoes videos where he buys. Am I right or wrong about this? He buys shoes for all the kids in Africa. Am I wrong about this? He does something in Africa. It's not the wells. 1,000 blind people see for the first time. I think, no, it wasn't blindness. It was after the blindness. Now, he got a lot of shit for the blindness, too. Am I crazy, though? Mr. Beast, shoes, Africa. Yeah, giving 20,000 shoes to kids in Africa. Okay, so this is under his Beast Philanthropy channel, which this concerns me actually a little bit more. And I actually may do I may wait to do this video. And the reason why is because I don't know. Does Mr. Beast have an NGO in Africa? Because if so, that concerns the shit out of me. And that's what we're getting to, is what the problem is with that. But he does this thing about
400.
He does this thing about basically Beast Philanthropy organizer. So yeah, it looks like it may be the case that he has an NGO here.
For hundreds of thousands of kids in South Africa, the only thing standing between them and an education is a simple pair of shoes. Let me explain.
Because of the extreme poverty in rural towns, walking to school barefoot is the only option, which means they have to walk for miles over harsh terrain, broken glass, and contaminated water. But before tackling this major problem by donating 20,000 pairs of shoes, we flew to Johannesburg, South Africa, where we found a charity called Barefoot No More that uses these plastic granules, and then it goes through all these tubes and does a bunch of other complicated mechanical stuff that eventually creates the perfect seamless shoe. Whoa.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Where does this come from again?
Flew to Johannesburg, South Africa, where we found a charity called Barefoot No More that uses these plastic granules, and then it goes through all these tubes and does a bunch of other complicated mechanical stuff that eventually creates the perfect seamless shoe. Whoa.
But try to keep that in mind as to where these things are coming from.
These are actually really nice. Then Darren and the team quickly boxed up the shoes, and we headed to Cape Town to find the schools whose students are in the most desperate need of help. Where we met Gabriella and Roswell, two junior school teachers in a rural village who have devoted their entire lives to educating underprivileged kids.
You would not begin to imagine what our kids have to go through on a normal day. To them, domestic violence is definitely normal at home.
These schools not only offer an opportunity to learn, but also a safe haven where students are protected in these dangerous communities.
One of the biggest challenges is actually getting the kids to school.
Our learners have to walk miles and miles just to get to school.
It can be a struggle with all the thorns and needles. I wouldn't go to school. I can be a great teacher, but I can't be a teacher to nobody.
Despite all of the difficulties that these kids face at home, to hear that they're not coming to school because they don't have school shoes is just heartbreaking. I can't wait for these shoes to arrive to see what a big difference it's going to make.
The next day, the shoes arrived and the team quickly got to work by setting up at 9 different schools all across Cape Town. While Darren and the team raced to set up everything in time, I want to tell you about the sponsor, Electric E-Bikes. They helped us pay for tens of thousands of shoes going to people in need. Electric E-Bikes is an awesome company full of incredible people. They have come on board to help us create mass change this year and transform millions of lives all across the globe. There are so many amazing projects to come, so make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss it. And in addition to that, sneaker collector Yeezy Buster helped us out by selling some of his prized possession shoes and put that money towards funding some of the 20,000 pairs of shoes we're giving away in this video. The word got out quickly, and according to the teachers, the schools were more packed than they've ever been, with school kids eager to get a pair of shoes. So Darren and the team had to work extra hard to ensure that every single kid got their own pair of shoes.
The kids this morning all came walking in without any shoes on. They need the shoes.
And I cannot wait to see the smile on these kids' faces.
It came down to the wire, but we were able to reach our goal. To witness these kids wearing their first ever pairs of shoes was really emotional. And again, a realization of the basic needs that most of us take for granted.
For most people, this is very hard to understand. For using something as simple as a pair of school shoes to change my learners' lives for the better.
And just to see a smile for a pair of shoes. You would think they got a brand new PlayStation 5 or Xbox or something. It makes your heart pound. Yo, it's a blessing.
It's something I'll never forget, and it's one of the best days of my life.
Beast Philanthropy, what you have done here at my school is absolutely amazing. From my side, thank you.
So thank you, Beast Philanthropy.
Okay, that was quite
I'm
the
gonna
end.
give away this $300,000.
Okay, so here's the thing. We were all touched and moved by that, right? Great job. Let's get a clap in the chat for Mr. Beast. Now, here's the thing, though, is this got a lot of shit for being poverty porn. Okay, again, using these kids as effectively clickbait towards the YouTube channel. It's just trying to get him attention, you know, whatever. So that's how this was billed. Now, I have a problem with this video, but it's not because of that, okay? Because the reality here is that this is always done with the best of intention, and this is always done in good faith, and I really do believe that. You know, I don't think that anybody's effectively trying to harm anybody here, but like I said, when we look at this, try to remember where these things are coming from, okay? So they're coming from Johannesburg, South Africa, or no, they found a company in Johannesburg, South Africa. They're using some recycled materials to make the shoes. Okay. And the fact that they're using recycled material maybe is the case. But the thing about it is, where do the materials come from? And the problem is that what we don't end up seeing is who ends up losing out in the process. The reason I say that I'm uncomfortable with the idea of Mr. Beast having an NGO out in Africa is because NGOs have been known to be a big problem out in Africa, and they tend to be the reason why Africa stays in poverty. Because again, we look at all of this stuff and we see, oh, you know, they're giving them, you know, a pair of shoes so that they can get educated, and that's great and all, but like, do you think that like there are no shoemakers in Africa? Like, do you assume that there's nobody out there? I would even ask you, I would even challenge you on this much. Do you assume that these kids don't actually have shoes and that they didn't just show up barefoot? Because how many times do you see these same things where the company is committed to giving the children of Africa a pair of shoes? At this point, the entire continent must be filled with shoes. I'm being real with you on this. With as many times as I've seen a company say that they're giving a pair of shoes to a kid in Africa, there has to be billions upon billions of pairs of shoes out there. They probably have too many pairs of shoes out there. And I know that this isn't like necessarily a opinion that people are going to love, but the reality is, unless those shoes are actually being manufactured by the local businesses, you're really not helping them at all. In fact, you're making it harder because you're actually destroying the local economy in those countries. And people don't necessarily realize it. The thing was, when I came across this video, in fact, I saw this video when it came out. Was it March? That seems like so long ago. And I've been waiting actually on somebody else to do a video on this, because I believe it was like Stephen Michael Davis was talking about doing a video on this, and I don't think he ever did, but he also recently started uploading again, so I hope he does. But when I saw this video, what it reminded me of is it tends to get passed around in libertarian circles quite a bit, but it's a small mini film. It's about 30 minutes long, and if you'll hang in here with me, we'll watch it, and then we can all go home to our families, okay? But it's called Made in Make. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, but let's just watch. I think it's Mehke. Mekhe. Well, I'm not gonna type it again. The vast majority of the continent's resources are constantly exploited, meaning normal people of the continent suffer. And the problem is that so often, more often than not, the biggest problem is just how much the West tries to get involved to fix everybody else's problems instead of just showing them how to fix their own problems, you know? And by the way, this video is on the Foundation for Economic Education.
When someone asks you, where is your Tiosan, it means where are you from, and not just like the place, but the culture behind it, the people behind it, the history behind it, all of that. So for me, that's what Senegal is. It's my Tiosan. It's my identity. Africa is very rich in so many ways, starting with its demographic. You know, we have such a young demographic, and in my mind, youth is richness. Also the quality of our people. We have amazing people as well. So yes, it is true. Everywhere you look, it feels rich. It's because it is rich. Yet, a lot of folks in Africa have not been able to accomplish a form of prosperity like we could see in other parts of the world, despite offering so much to the world. So to me, it has been a puzzle for a very, very long time. How do countries prosper?
So yeah, I believe this was like one part in like a series they were doing on different places in the world.
My name is Magatte Wade, and I'm the founder of Skin is Skin. We like to say that we are born in Austin, Texas, United States, and made right here in Mekhe, Senegal.
Mekhe.
I never woke up one day and be like, oh, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. No, never. And I think what happened for me is what happened to a lot of entrepreneurs, to a lot of business people. I think a lot of founders, the way they get into starting a business is they see something that sucks, or they get inspired by something that's awesome, and they're just like, you know what, I'm gonna bring this to the rest of the world. I was born in Senegal, in Mbour, which is 80 kilometers south of Dakar, a little fisherman's village, you know, not too many people back in the days. Raised mainly by my grandmother, because my parents, I think as soon as I was done breastfeeding, I guess, that's when my parents emigrated to Europe. And my grandmother was really, really good to me. My memories of her is someone who really empowered me. Do as you wish and do as your heart desires. And so I think I learned a lot of freedom from her. I learned to be a free spirit and a free person. It's only later that I started to realize, when I was in Europe, seeing what surrounds you in Europe on a daily basis, and then when we would go to Senegal on vacation, it's like, you know, something is strange here. You know, how come here we have this and over here we have that? So that's when I started to feel like there's something kind of awkward and not quite balanced. Because I'm someone who really always tries to understand what's happening, it's very important for me. I started getting more interested into how do countries prosper. It has been one of my big questions. I was very interested in understanding why is it that a couple decades ago, you know, China, for example, was at the same level as most African countries. And yet today, they're completely, I mean, they have done this. Countries like Singapore made it. Countries like Hong Kong made it. Even a place like Dubai, bare land of sand, desert sand, and all of a sudden, within 12, 15 years, Dubai, one of the financial centers of the world, and you're like, what? What happened here? And these are very different cultures, right? You know, so very different cultures, yet they're all able to accomplish the same type of growth and prosperity, despite starting from very much at the bottom, right? And then you look at two countries where normally their people are very similar, but then very different outcomes. And I'm talking about North Korea, South Korea, Eastern Germany, Western Germany. I mean, day and night. Day and night. We have similar countries that end up in a different situation, and we have very different countries that can end up in the same situation in terms of prosperity. What's going on? So please don't.
Yeah, I hate to break it to any of the socialists that watch me, but it's capitalism, just by the way.
Don't tell me that it has to do with the type of people. All of a sudden I'm thinking it has nothing to do with the people. It has nothing to do with people. Something else is at play. Something else is at play. And so when you start digging into all of this, one thing that started to jump for me was how free were people to enterprise or not? Because we're talking about prosperity versus poverty. How much economic freedom does any country offer its citizens? The reason why these countries are poor, it's due to the fact that they are overwhelmingly over-regulated. Okay, let me give you some examples. You know, I just came back from Senegal 3 weeks ago. I now spend half my time in Senegal, half my time here in the United States, because my business, we produce our products back home. We just finished setting up the manufacturing facility. We make skincare products. Let me give you an example as to the type of idiocy that I'm dealing with on a daily basis there. To make these beautiful creams for you, these beautiful lip balms for you, I need the best ingredients that the world has because I happen to be a very picky person and a very proud person. If I want to show you that us Africans are as worthy as anybody else, I also need to raise my bar, right? Because of that, I need to source my products from anywhere I see them in the world where they happen to be the best. So it turns out that right now in Senegal, out of all the ingredients and packaging that goes into my, let's say the lip balm that we're launching in September, only 2 ingredients for now I can get from my country because they match the standards that I'm looking for. Everything else has to come from somewhere else. And you know how that goes. It's a global world, you know. We source from wherever we can and where we find what suits us. Well, did you know that anything that I import in my country to make my product gets a tariff of 45%? So my country's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. That kind of sucks. So, okay, you jump through these hoops, fill out all of this paperwork, do this, do that, and then we will come and do all of these controls at your site and everything, and then we'll give you an exoneration for 3 years. And if you're being a good citizen, then maybe we'll extend it for another 2 years. That's what we have to do right now. Do you see the disadvantage that I have compared to a woman who is here in America and starting her business herself? What nonsense.
No, see, and that brings up a good point too. With when people tend to think of like governments like that actually exist in Africa, they always think of them as like being corrupt. And like when you talk about corruption, you think that it's just a matter of like the actual leaders being corrupt, but like at the end of the day, what ends up happening is that it's really that the laws are really corrupt because they make these laws basically prohibiting anybody from like starting a business, but then you can, if you go you jump through all of these hoops, which basically means like you know, maybe kind of similar to that whole situation I was dealing with Twitch, which is we'll make it happen if we like you. You know, we'll make it happen for you if we want to, you know. If we like you and we want to, you know, we want to help you out, you know. It's just about being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people, and exactly political bullshit like that ends up keeping out, you know, people who are completely competent and good actors. Barriers to entry so high, the only undertakings that could possibly operate there are already big companies. Exactly. And the thing about it is that when you know, when you have big companies that come in and are working directly with those corrupt governments, you know, you kind of end up where we're at, and what worries me even more is the idea that the government itself would keep the people from making businesses because those big businesses are already there, if that makes any sense.
Ok, grand. Jaajëf, merci.
Man maay Moussa Gueye di nekk fii ci jiite ci Tivaouane bi voilà kii nag entreprise familiale la c'est de grand-père en petit-fils nag entreprise bi c'est de grand-père en petit-fils li ma ci neex mooy yàgg gi fi yàgg ñëw yow looloo la may loolu ñëw nga def étude terrain bi gis difficulté yi man li may wax dama naan bu ma dee liggéeyloo bu ma nit ku nekk excès di liggéeyloo surtout ñu mel nii dama bëggoon ñu ñëw nekk ak man dund ak man yenn réalité xam nga boo toogoon fay di téléphoné que nangam doo mën a gëm parce que pour ñu mën a am matériel de qualité parce que loolu ñun mooy suñu problème matériel de qualité ñoo ko daan amee à travers l'Europe peut-être te jamono mais léegi chinois yi dañuy yàq marché bi. produit boo jënd mënut nekk produit bu baax.
Once you reach a root problem, the root of a problem, from there, the solution you're working on also starts from the root. And that's the surest way to try and solve something once for all.
Réalité retard doo mën a gëm réalité manque de matériaux mais da nga ñëw dund ko xam ni dem dugg ci marché bi mu wóor la ni amul parce que on sera obligé de rationaliser parce que on s'est dit que ñii li ñu wute lii yombul waaye parce que là on est là parce que bu dul ñun aussi di xale yi ñu trouver suñu mënta trouver ñun un partenaire boo xam si war nañu mën a accompagner ci loolu ñun buñ ko mënul sax xëy na dans l'avenir xale yi mën ko am.
To me, it's very simple. You know, people are poor because they have no money. Have no money because they have no source of income. No source of income for most of us is a job. Where do jobs come from? Comes from businesses, mainly small and medium-sized enterprises. If you have a country that doesn't make it easy for a business to be, there would be no businesses. And if there is no businesses, then there are no jobs. And if there are no jobs, people have no income. People have no income means they're poor. And as a country, you're poor.
On est à Yoff village. Oui, j'habitais ici avant. Ça, c'est la rue que je passais tous les jours. J'ai habité ici depuis 14 ans. Voilà la chambre que j'ai toujours habité. Bon, j'habitais ici. J'ai habité ici pendant 5 ans. Avant, j'étais ailleurs, dans le quartier ici.
Before that, I was at another spot, a place like here, one room, but somewhere else in the neighborhood. But I've been here for 5 years.
Et ça, c'était plus grand que mon ancienne chambre.
And this room here is bigger than the room I used to have.
Voilà. J'habitais ici avec mes 5 enfants.
And I used to live here with my 5 children.
Je dormais ici avec ma femme. Les enfants aussi dormaient ici.
So he used to sleep here with his wife and maybe the baby. And at night, the kids, you know, they would lay stuff on the floor and sleep on the floor.
Voilà. Ça, ce sont des thons. C'est l'activité principale des pêcheurs ici, c'est ça. Bon, Magat, je l'ai connu, c'est le hasard qui fait qu'on s'est connus. On s'est connus donc il y a de cela 8 ans. Donc c'est une longue histoire, hein, parce que Magat, je l'ai connu, ça fait, je vous l'ai dit tout de suite, ça fait 8 ans. Bon, ça fait à peu près, ça fait 4 mois, 3-4 mois. Bon, ça fait 3 mois aussi. Ouais, ça fait 3 mois que je vais ici. Ouais. Je suis ici à Mekhe, à Ngaï Mekhe, donc dans cette maison qu'on m'a louée, vous me louée depuis Yagoul.
It's just a beautiful human story. You know, the people that I value in my life, you realize that it's nothing about money. It's not about money. It's about how rich they are. And
I'm doing competition law. What is competition law? I'm not sure what you mean by that. This semester at university, so seeing the way in which oppressive laws in this context can affect the communities is very interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is I feel like it just seems rare that you are able to, and that's the thing, is like, I don't even want to necessarily influence anyone one way or the other. You know, you can believe whatever you want about like NGOs that attempt to help Africa. It's just a matter of like at least knowing what the other side of the story is, you know, at least being able to hear an alternative, you know, story as to what especially people from there feel is happening.
He's just an amazing man.
En Afrique, c'est pas parce que les gens ne veulent pas travailler.
How competition between organizations is managed and regulated to make sure that the playing field is as level as possible for new and emerging businesses. I'm wondering what we would be calling that in America, because I know you're not American.
Ouais, mais ils ne voient pas de travail. Un avenir meilleur, que tout soit à l'école, instruit, avoir son métier et gagner sa vie honnêtement.
Him and his family, yes, they do matter a great deal to me. You don't choose your family, but you choose your friends. And in my case, I like to say that with him, I was very blessed to be able to choose my family, actually.
Ouais, ce que je voudrais dire, c'est de lancer un message au monde entier. C'est tellement dur que quand on regarde l'Afrique, on le regarde pour un continent pauvre,
Antitrust. Okay, yeah, that makes.
Il y a des gens
Thank you.
qui veulent travailler, qui veulent
Antitrust lawyer, yeah.
Mais chaque fois, ce que je déplore le plus, c'est nos élites. C'est ceux qui sont en haut de nous et qui semblent nous aider et qui ne sont pas en réalité.
The way a country offers its citizens economic freedom is through its set of legal infrastructure most of the time. It's through telling them, yes, I want you to create. And because I want you to create, I'm going to make it easy for you to create. I'm going to make it easy for you to create companies. I'm going to make it easy for you to associate with your employees and or your business partners. We're going to make it easy for you to create. If you look at the Doing Business Index ranking only, you will see that it is harder to do business anywhere in sub-Saharan Africa than it is in any Scandinavian country. It is easier for anyone in any part of Scandinavia to start and run a business than it is for almost anyone in sub-Saharan Africa. And then you ask me, why? Why, despite its richness, its mind-blowing richness, why is it that its people do not seem like they're living the prosperity that they should be living, given how rich they are?
maa ngi tudd Aji Maria maa ngi liggéey ifki niski léegi musuma am liggéey ngaay gis nañ ko ngaay amul dara fii suñu côté ñu lu ñu xam bay la ñu xam bu nawet jotee nga dem bay bu nawet bi jàllee nga jénne li nga am ci tool yi dem jaay pour nga am li ngay mën a dundee kontaan ci rek ndax kuy toog nekk ci kër di togg di yekk amoo benn métier di togg di def ménage kër gi def mu foon dara daal maa toogoon kër ga rek comme par exemple ni ñu ñëwee ni métier amuñu métier lu nekk ci kër ga gën ñu ñëw commencé di liggéey fii li ñu mën nii yow yaa lu ñu mën nii mënuñu ko woon dañoo yaakaar ni toog ci kër ga rek di liggéey di togg rek moom mooy métier ndeke métier am na.
man maa ngi tudd Maam Yaxara maa ngi tudd Maam Marème Cissé damay bu fekkente ne xaw ma màgget kon damay toog sama kër rek comme avant di togg di yekk di def ménage toog di xaar jëkkër toog di waaw.
waaw parce que ñun dañ fay gisul benn comme nii nga def kenn koo xam ne ñëw na ubbi entreprise am pour jàppale genre gu mel ni ñun ñi nga xamante ni ñoo ngi suñu kër yi toog amuñu liggéey pour ñu génne ñu si biir kër yi utal ñu liggéey bu mel ni dañoo gisul genre bu mel ni yow.
liggéey bi dafa changé sama vie ci lu bari parce que léegi damay defal sama bopp lépp lu ma bëgg may dem jëndal ko sama bopp te duma ñaan kenn.
dama cee kontaan am ci mbégte ak bànneexte parce que yaakaaroon naa ne daal duma toog ba génn kër ga pour di jug di jël sama saak dem naan damay liggéey ba si am loo xam ne dinaa ci mën a suturul di ci amaat ñeneen ñuy topp sama ginnaaw ñoo xam ne dinaa leen si mën di jox ñuy suturul te maa ngi ko ciy yëg maa ngi ko siy am di si kontaan.
maa ngi ñaan yàlla affaire bi dox ndax sama ëllëg moo tax ak sama ëllëg doom di ñaan yàlla liggéey bi avancé mu demee ba avancé bu gën a avancé dinaa ci mën a dimbali sama doom di ko dugal ci école yi baax yi muy jàng pour ëllëg moom tam avenir am.
Mayor is this amazing man who has left a very comfortable life behind to come and see what he could do for his city and for his country and beyond that for his continent. And for that, I have the utmost respect.
I'm very committed to work with my population. I am very committed to use.
Okay, just something that I found
my
interesting
population.
that it doesn't actually get explained in here. So if you get kind of confused, the woman that this is about, her name is Maguette Wade. The mayor is also named Maguette Wade for some reason. So I guess it's a unisex name. You know, I don't know how names work in Senegal, but like, yeah, she has the exact same name as the mayor. So that's why.
I'm very committed to use Mecca as a showcase. I'm very committed to add something special, innovative in the context of promoting development in Senegal. Maguette is also in Mecca since 2014. It was not easy to get an entrepreneur from Africa, established in US, succeeding in the international area, coming back in Senegal, in the rural area, and trying to develop something. The real challenge is being able to be in a rural area where people are not well educated in business and implementing a successful project. And today we are very proud to get first products of skins and skins. She corrected me all the time. And we are ready to provide more land, more support to get this company be among the biggest in the world, but with the name, one day history will say that it was from Mecca.
I'm very proud and happy to be working hand in hand with him. And I must say, him and his wife and his community have made it so joyful for me to be here and to do what I do. So they have become, another part of my community here.
For job creation, we need to promote women entrepreneurs. If you educate a woman, you are educating a nation. It's why they have to get access to education, to resources, and to know also to involve in policy making. But sometimes you can't change the world in one click. You have to adapt and to change the mindset.
Now, and this is where the real point comes into play, is that these companies are more than happy to come into Africa and play this little charity game where they do this like save the children thing. But why are they not building their businesses in Africa? Why are they not investing their time into providing jobs in Africa?
People tend to think that I'm against NGOs. I am against the NGOs that give people fish, right? And they all tell you, oh no, it's better. Yeah, we know it's better to teach someone to fish than to give them a fish. But I am emphatically against, NGOs that give people a fish.
What if I started a shoe company, and every time I sold a pair of shoes, I gave a pair away? And that way, if as long as I continue to keep selling shoes, these kids will have shoes for the rest of their life.
beneen point faible bi mooy les produits yi jóge bitim réew maanaam dama dégg nii à Dakar am na ay dàll yu fa une certaine entreprise Tom buy defar ay dàll di ko ñëw di ko distribuer gratuitement à travers les écoles. Parce que déjà loolu bu amee ñun ñu daan jënd Dakar di commander ay dàll ak yooyu dootuñu ko jënd te bu yegsee ngaay tamit dootul am. dootuñu ko te loolu gratuité boobu ñuy am ñuy wax dina ma jaaxal parce que déjà loolu waru mën a gratuit noonu. Donc kooku déjà lu ñuy suñu problème boo xam ni bu ñu ci mënee jàppale parce que moo gën ñuy wax affaire chinois yi ñëw kii ak yooyu mais dafa am benn genre dumping buy am ci biir boo xam ni nit ñi mënuñu ko comprendre mais ñun ñuy liggéeykat yi dañ koy dund dañ koy gis. loolu ñuy def ñun loolu on a proposé ay plan aux autorités pour régler ce problème parce que dañ ni xale yi dañoo war a am ay uniforme. Nous à Mékhé moi-même j'ai proposé cela pour habiller les écoles pendant yenn fêtes yi bon suivant ay plan de financement yu ndaw donc kooku li ñu ci xalaat rek mooy xëy na peut-être bëgg naa doxal markam man loolu laa ci gis.
I'd like to say thank you for giving us this pair of shoes and we really appreciate that.
Now, and I mean, look, it's all cute and what. I'm not sure that it totally gets addressed in here, but what exactly do you think that they're getting? You know, remember the Mr. Beast video where he's saying that it's all like recycled from some bullshit or whatever. Why aren't any of us wearing recycled shoes in America? You know what I mean? And the reality being is that, you know, you buy a pair of shoes from Tom's and they give a pair of shoes, but what do you think they're giving them? They're giving them the scraps that are left over after your fucking $200 pair of shoes is made. You know what I mean? Like, they're giving them just leftover scraps that aren't going to really last them maybe more than a month or two.
Pour dire que kon société boobu loolu muy def noonu tom boobu loolu la ñuy def pour ñëw di ko jox gratuitement les écoles de Dakar war nañu xam ni c'est pas gratuit bu ñu ko liggéeyloo fii ci Sénégal fi lay ëppee doole.
If you want to run a non-profit, can you just try to make sure you ask yourself, am I running or supporting an NGO that's helping people be productive?
what does poverty mean for me, Magatte Wade, from Senegal. Poverty in my case, the poverty of my people means that we have countless young people, some of my most entrepreneurial people who are right now serving as fish food at the bottom of the ocean. Just 2 weeks ago, we had a boat tip over somewhere in the Mediterranean. And you hear about these stories, you see these pictures. I grew up with the stories of people dying at sea. Why? Because they had to leave their country because there is not enough jobs. And why there is not enough jobs? Because the business climate sucks so much that people like me can't do their work of creating companies and jobs. So they pack themselves into a little fisherman's boat, try to cross to make it to Europe to find a job so they can feed their families back home. Most of them don't make it. Just 2 weeks ago, again, another boat. Babies in it. Babies.
And you know, it's funny too, because I know at least as an American, we don't really ever think about the fact that, like, you know, it's like we talk about the fucking the border crisis and all of that shit. And those people are doing the same thing. They're trying to leave countries where they have no fucking opportunities available to them. And you know, we think about that, but we never really think about the fact that the exact same thing is actually happening in Europe, as far as like across the Mediterranean Sea, where people from Africa are like trying to cross the sea to like escape to other countries in Europe. So they have a very similar situation going on, actually, in that respect.
Je suis Madame Yaïba Diouf. J'habite dans un village qui s'appelle Thiaroye-sur-Mer. Oui, comme je l'ai dit tantôt, nous sommes un village de pêcheurs. La pêche est l'activité économique de la communauté, mais aussi, vous savez, nos gouvernements ont signé des accords de pêche avec l'Union européenne. Et vous voyez ici, dans la mer, où nous vivions principalement, il y a des bateaux qui ont pillé notre stock de poissons. Mon fils, il s'appelait Alun Mar. Il avait 27 ans. Et c'était un bon pêcheur. Il faisait partie des meilleurs pêcheurs de la communauté. Et vous savez, ici, au mois de mars, on n'a pas de poissons. Ils étaient partis en Mauritanie pour une campagne de pêche de 4 mois. Quand ils rentraient, ils amenaient beaucoup d'argent pour la famille. Mais c'était en 2007, ils sont partis en Mauritanie, à Nouadhibou. Ils n'ont pas eu de poissons. Et ils se sont dit, on peut aller en Europe pour encore avoir du travail. Et c'est cette voie qu'ils sont partis, pour partir en Europe, et ils sont disparus au large de la Méditerranée. Sur notre calcul en tant qu'association, on a eu presque 1450 jeunes qui sont disparus dans notre communauté.
The day that I sat down with her and I heard the story from her of all of these young people who went at sea in Thiaroye-sur-Mer, and her explaining the stories of how her own son passed away, and how to this day she yet has to see his body because obviously decomposed at the bottom of the ocean, and how they had to do this mass, burial in Spain and with no bodies, I guess. But I looked at this woman and I'm just like, there's got to be something that people like me have to do. And that's when I guess I became very resolved in understanding the mechanics behind why some countries are poor and others are rich. That's when I became really, really motivated to understand.
Pour qu'on ait un pays où tous les jeunes aient accès à une éducation formelle, où que tous les jeunes, après l'éducation, aient un emploi décent, digne pour rester au pays.
It seems so simple to me, and yet so few people just stop for a second to think about it. And that to me is the irony of today. And you would think that these ideas should be mainstream, and they're not, and it drives me nuts. Nuts. I have people who sit out there and tell me that they would love to see me prosper, they would love to see my countries prosper, they are sick and tired of seeing babies dying, child mortality. They tell me that they don't want to see some of my young people dying at sea on their journey to go finding a job. They tell me that they that they see me as an equal, that they would like for me to prosper just like anybody else. But I hear the same thing from the same people who, the minute you address the fact that business is the solution, then they start running for the hills. Because you know what? Their anti-business philosophy and attitude is much stronger than supposedly, in this case, I would like to say, maybe their love for me or their care for me. So you tell me which it is, because you can't tell me that you care about me and you care about the rest of but you care about the global poor, yet you look down and you have no respect and no consideration for the most basic tool that exists, that we know of, and it has proven itself time and time and time again. Entrepreneurial value creation is the way out, is a way from poverty to prosperity for individuals and countries.
I think that's the end. So many politicians in African nations have tried to instill change, to help always wound up getting assassinated too. See, and I don't know a ton about, the politics in Africa. Like I said, typically whenever we think about it, it's always, corruption and all that, but it's like, don't know a ton about it, but I do know this much, that, like I said, I'm not necessarily trying to shit on, like, all NGOs are terrible, and that the idea that giving people a handout is a problem. But again, you ask yourself, for example, if Tom's is going to give out, free shoes in Senegal like that, maybe, but like, the point is, why is Tom's not hiring the local shoemakers in that area to make something? As opposed to, like I said, we're getting New Wave Oven from QVC now. So again, and similarly, like I said, I don't know enough about Mr. Beast's NGO in order to say whether he's sourcing stuff actually from Africa. But again, I think we make this assumption that, like, oh, they're in need, so we need to give in need. But they have shoes in Africa. And ultimately, it's kind of fucking condescending to think that they don't have shoes in Africa. At a bare minimum, because of Tom's. But if not, because they're people, they know how to make shoes, okay? Like, this is just one of those things that, like, you really think that little of these people, don't you, But like I said, I don't know enough about Mr. Beast NGO or what exactly he's doing, but typically this stuff never bodes well. The best thing that you can give to developing countries in Africa is jobs. That's the best thing that you can give to them is jobs. And yeah, I mean, in fact, it's funny because like we were having this conversation about because I was asking my parents why it was that they ever ended up leaving Portugal in the first place, because they actually left before the revolution that happened a few years, like it happened a few years after they left. But it was because there was no opportunity there. They had a socialist dictator, well, not socialist, but like a right-wing dictator that was kind of just like ruining all the opportunity in Portugal. And so a bunch of people all kind of moved. I believe it was in the early 60s or maybe the late 60s. I'm not sure. But a bunch of people like emigrated, you know, to the US and to like other countries in Europe. And yeah, I mean, that's what happens when there's no opportunity. People just try to find something else. But the unfortunate reality is sometimes they don't make it. But anyway, like I said, I don't know enough about it. Like I said, I don't know enough about Mr. Beast NGO, but instead of attacking him for the poverty porn, try to see with what he's doing whether he is necessarily causing more harm or more unintended consequence than you necessarily realize. Like I said, my goal isn't to convince anybody, but just for you to know that there is another side to what happens when you engage in charity culture. And that's a lot of the reason why I generally don't do charity streams and the sort, is because sometimes you just don't really know what you're giving to. But I mean, if you like Tom's shoes that much, you can buy Tom's shoes. Just don't buy it because, you know, of the whole giving a shoe to Africa thing. Don't feel guilt tripped into a lot of these things. Well, I guess I'm done here. Like I said, the other thing, let's see. Let's see how long this pink sauce video is, because like we talked a little bit about pink sauce on another stream of mine, so and I think it's mostly you people here at the moment. Yes, this video. It's 19 minutes. Do we want to watch it that bad? Basically, she's getting sued now by the people who made her sauce. Let's just do it. We'll speed her up a little bit.
You know what's nice? Dating a man that has taste. This is his. This isn't even mine. But I got to steal whatever he wears, which is really nice.
Girl,
get into
nobody
that.
cares.
Yummy. I just look like scuba ice cream or something. Come eat this up. Let me stop being a mess. Okay, hi everyone. It's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So I'm so excited. Okay, not really, but I'm excited to talk about this. I'm not excited that we have more bullshit. Okay, so today's video, we're going to be talking about the pink sauce again. All right, I thought we were done. I thought somebody would have some comments. I thought the brain cells would be rubbed together a little bit harder in this situation, and I figured we would stop saying bullshit. At this point, we made a damn series about the pink sauce, which I will have some videos pop up over here. The last time we covered this is when we were talking about Chef P making some absolute stupid ass claims. Okay, so we were talking about the pink sauce and how allegedly she was not really getting paid what she should be. That was what she claimed.
Now, here's the thing about this is like when it comes to this whole pink sauce thing, I mean, it's just like you got your shit on the shelves at Walmart. Isn't that just a complete W? Isn't that just a complete win? Why is she still, why stir up all this shit? Well, it turns out that apparently she started talking shit about the company that got her sauce to the stores. She's very much got to be related to Jack. She is very much a Jack Scalfani with boobs, bigger boobs. It's just insane to me. She does this shit, and then I guess she just like, they gave her a ton of money and she blew it all and said she was blowing it, I guess, on social media marketing, and then expected to still be getting more money. And it was just like, it's a really weird situation. She seems to think that like she was basically using the company as an ATM. Okay. She was basically using this sauce company as an ATM. Like, yo, you've got my sauce. You're selling my sauce now. Now give me money. I need money for this. I need money for that.
Okay, now if you guys know me, I'm very adamant about even if someone has had like a sketchy unethical past, we still have to clock like when something bad is happening to them. First, I'm over here like, oh shit, maybe Dave's Gourmet, which is the company she partnered with, maybe he's a little sketchy, maybe he's problematic, then oh my god, a new scam we need to talk about, right? Apparently not at all. Dave's Gourmet has come out with receipts essentially proving that Chef P has been, how do I say this, bullshitting the entire time and allegedly lying to everyone about not getting paid. So there's a lot of back and forth about how she wasn't getting paid at all and she couldn't afford to feed her kids or get them school supplies. And apparently, according to a lot of documents, that was bullshit. Anyways, she keeps going on and she's been posting a lot of TikToks. Actually, let me put a couple of them up here for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, how she's like making jokes and how she's just essentially being a petty asshole to the company who essentially tried to pull her from the hole that she dug herself. You know what I mean?
Well, let's fuck up right now, but better days are coming, bitch. Better days are coming, bitch. Better days are coming, bitch. I'm a little fucked up right now, but better days are coming.
I don't give a fuck if you try to bring up my past just to hurt me. I've made amends and I'm moving forward. You can sit with it and look fucking stupid, or you can take some notes and learn something to make your life better. You're welcome, motherfucker.
Your sauce going for 25 cents at Walmart. But all their sauce turned gray.
Good morning, y'all. Okay, so I'm going live tonight with the sauce. You know, y'all always talk about ew, pink sauce, but that's when I get the most viewers when I come up with the sauce. But I got so much to share with y'all about like my new product launch and like actually like reinventing myself and getting over this big hump in the road. But yeah,
after those videos, as you can see,
I will say I'm a big fan of the way that she was making that coffee. Okay.
she still has the GoFundMe up apparently and is still trying to raise $100,000 for legal help. Yeah. Now, again, someone making all these claims and statements about a company and then the company going back and saying stuff, like sometimes there's not enough evidence and some people like don't really know who to side with. Oh, Dave's Gourmet has clapped back. So there was a lot of claims that Chef P made about how she was literally like losing money. She should have gotten like she should have received more. Like she made so many videos talking about so much with just making claims that like had no basis. Like it's one thing to share your opinion, as we talked about in the previous video, but it's another thing where you blatantly lie. That's a whole different story. So again, she has been asking for so much from Dave's Gourmet, who's been nothing but generous to her. Apparently she was trying to make certain claims and write-offs that were completely not okay. She wanted to get more advancements when it comes to money and just many other things that they were really trying to work with her as best as they could. They tried to help her when it comes to extra money for rent, allegedly. Now the next thing going on is, again, after those kinds of statements, you would assume that Chef P would be done with this. So again, continuing on TikTok, she continuously has been posting and teasing new products and things launched, where it's like, oh my God, Chef P, you can't even fucking get one sauce right. What makes you think that you can get a yellow sauce or a green sauce or blue? We do not need to do spin the wheel on sauces. Let the concept die, girl. You are incapable of running a good business.
All right, y'all. So when I first started pouring, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like so dark, but it tastes good, but I didn't really like how it looked. Now, once I started pouring the one that had the lighter color, and oh my gosh, I was like, oh, this is it, right? But at the time, I was formulating a sauce. So I was like, you know, what's range of variation? Or what if somebody wants their sauce darker, but then the other person wants it lighter? Or what if they wanted to customize the entire hue of it? And then that's when I thought about it. Oh my gosh, I used the same freaking ingredient to make it lighter versus darker. So why don't we alter something and give people the option to be able to alter them too? And yes, I'm doing a longer, fuller eating video because y'all really think that I don't consume my products, but I really, really do. Also, this gives y'all an option to do whatever you want. So if you consume dairy or if you're plant-based, you can still consume my products. If you like creamy stuff, if you like sweet stuff, I mean, there's so much that you can do. But yes, honey, this is blue, and of course it is all naturally colored. And please don't mind the people talking in the background because I have children, but I am a working woman. And yes, this idea is supercalifragilistic.
By the way,
and thank you so much for my supporters. I love y'all. So yes, y'all, the new drops will be dry spices that you can.
Yeah, she's talking about basically making like a little dry thing that you mix in with something. I don't know. I
Customize
assume
your own color and flavor intensity. My mission is to bring real quality to y'all. That's my promise, to learn from my mistakes, and that's what I'm doing.
You know what I will say? The fact that she has the confidence to post this, I think we should bring back secrets. I really think we should bring back diaries at this point. 'Cause what the was that? Now, here's the thing. If she's trying to launch a new sauce and trying to launch new colors, I'm wondering if that is in some way a violation of the contract with Dave's Gourmet, because if she already has certain things going on, then they might, again, I don't know, maybe there is, but I wonder if that's some way getting in the way. And also, where the fuck does she have the money to develop something like that again? Is she gonna go back to making it in her kitchen and shipping it during midsummer and the package blow? And then instead...
I can't for a second think that she's allowed to like make a competing sauce under her contract.
Of a green sauce that actually looks like mold. Ooh. Some people should have businesses and some people need to have their phones taken away. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a f if she goes Willy Wonka and makes the everlasting sauce. She's still a scammer in my opinion. If Dave's Gourmet went out of their way to literally fund things for her, give her advances, give her guidance, pay for a lawyer so she was 100% good to go, and you still shit on that, like I can't even imagine mistreating like that, like people like that so badly. That's fucking disgusting. Not to mention the GoFundMe, if you're making false statements, that is a scam then by definition. If you're making false statements, that is a flat out scam. And additionally with all of this, with how much is being shared, that is completely, like one, she's not even promoting the pink sauce as much as she should, probably by contract, which sounds like a violation of contract. She also is promoting other sauces, which kind of sounds like a violation of contract. She also is going on and making all these false claims, which sounds like defamation. And I would love for a lawsuit to take place. Also, if you can't afford rent or to take care of your children, where the f is the money coming from to fund this new stupid sauce that you have going on? Also, additionally, she has, with this new launch of the sauces that apparently she's trying to start, she's made a fucking website that's, oh my God, the real pink sauce. Pause. Let me walk you through this. Originally it was up, and now it says that the store is unavailable. Huh. I fucking wonder why. Another person got a screenshot, and it says, Chef P is an expressive artist. She loves to express herself through color and realistic, abstract paintings. Okay. Secretly suffering from anxiety and depression, she was desperate to find a source to heal herself holistically. She began studying herbs, fruit, vegetables that can help stabilize nutrition deficiencies in your body. And that is when she fell in love with a fruit called pitaya. She's leaving millions curious about her bright pink sauce creation. She landed a deal in major retail within less than 6 months of going viral. And Chef P is inspired by the multicultural traditions she has learned through the years of helping her friends and family during holiday gatherings. That is one hell of a run-on sentence, Chef P. She cultivated her style of cooking by fusing her way of cooking with the ethnic traditions that she learned over the years. She continues to defy the odds by sharing her cooking methods.
Because for those of you that might not know, I tried the pink sauce, and I have to be honest, at least because she's claiming, I don't think that they brought this up yet. She is claiming that she gave them a fake recipe, like that she's so smart that she didn't give them the real recipe. That's why the sauce doesn't stay a consistent color. But the thing is, the original sauce has never stayed a consistent color. So she's just flat out fucking lying about that. But I tried the pink sauce, the one that's being sold at Walmart, the one from Dave's Gourmet, and assuming that that's a different recipe, I tried the Dave's Gourmet recipe. It's good. I'm being totally honest. It really is good. It tastes good. It is great on some fucking chicken fingers.
The world. Check out the merch, ebooks, and much more. Oh my God. So she's trying to make more sauces, ebooks, and merch, and then claim that her sauces can heal. We don't even need to worry about Dave's Gourmet. We need to worry about she's getting her ass rocked by the FTC for these statements. This is another statement that Dave's has made.
Like
and they're getting fed up. Okay, they're getting very fed up with all this crazy bullshit.
It's like sweet and it's tangy at the same time. It's got this kind of like, if you like blue cheese, you'll really like it. If you hate blue cheese, you might still like it. I'm just telling you that, like, if you can get your hands on a bottle of it, especially listen, if they had it for 25 cents, I'd buy the whole lot. I would buy them all. Because like I said, that shit was good. But if you get the chance to buy it, I say it's worth trying. You might not love it, but I'd say it's worth trying because I thought it was great.
Bullshit. So it says February 2023, Shaw attempted to submit business expenses reports for her personal expenses like buying 4 pairs of sneakers or expensing her entire grocery bill. There's receipts attached in this link, which they literally did show like the literal receipts.
Dave's just smaller, but yeah. So like for example, what would happen is they would like pay her. They would give her. Oh shit! I do. We do have pink sauce. It looks like, and it's $3.98. I actually may buy some of it. It's got 2 stars on Walmart.com. Okay, I lost focus what I was saying. So anyway, they basically, you know, would allow her to contact them and be like, you know, hey, like she would basically contact them, like give me $10,000 to well, I don't know that necessarily that, but she would basically request, you know, a stipend to do like a TikTok video or something. So requested over $10,000 in marketing expenses to throw herself a birthday party. Also asked Dave's Gourmet to pay for her dress that cost more than $800 and shoes that cost over $600 that would potentially be used in a TikTok video. Now, I just want you to know this is how influencer business expenses go. Is we... Like, for example, would I normally spend $3,000 buying a bed? No. But if I can write it off as a business expense because I use it to do sleep streams on a very regular basis, then all I have to do is endure some stupid sleep streams, you know? And this is what influencers do quite a lot. They'll buy a chair and, like, put it in the background of a video just so they can write it off. They'll use things once just so they can write it off and, like, keep it. It's a very common thing in influencers. Yeah, no, it's a very common thing that influencers do, is because the thing about it too is you have to think about it with live streaming, like everything around you, almost everything involved is technically a business expense. Like outside of like your health care, there's not much about live streaming that isn't really a business expense, just depending on how you play it. My dad's an accountant. The shit people try to get away with, it doesn't work like that in the UK. This is for tax benefits. It's basically to write all of your taxes down to where it's like you made no money. That's the best way to explain it. It makes it look like you didn't make much money that year. And that way you pay a hell of a lot less in taxes. So that's what they mean by, like, they would give her this money to buy a dress and, like, shoes to do this TikTok video because technically it is a business expense. You know what I mean? But, like, she's mostly doing it to get the dress and the shoes. It's like the TikTok video is just an excuse to get the dress and the shoes. Like I said, this happens a lot in influencer marketing, especially.
Gourmet informed her that such activities are fraudulent and asked a lot of questions related to receipts submitted. Shaw did not respond to any of those questions. May 2023, due to larger advances on Shaw's royalty payment, a lot of questions related to receipts submitted.
Shaw attempted to submit business expense reports for personal expenses like buying 4 pairs of sneakers or expensing her entire grocery bills. Like, again, like, for example, when I did that Thanksgiving cooking stream last week, I can write all of that off on my taxes because I made it all there. You know, I made it all on stream. So I can write that grocery bill off. That's perfectly valid. But, you know, there comes a point that, like, you know, people just, like I said, they fudge these numbers and they do it a lot.
Did not respond to any of those questions. May 2023, due to larger advances on Shaw's royalty payment and the deduction of refunds covered by Days Gourmet for the previous shit show for the pink sauce, the balance of milestone royalty pays owed to Shaw came to $666.86. Days Gourmet decided to hold off on deducting $10,000 in advance from the royalties due until a later period, so that way Shaw would have more funds to cover her needs at the time, and instead paid Shaw $10,666.68. Very beyond more than generous. This balance in all payments preceded have been outlined and communicated to Shaw consistently. Days Gourmet deducted the above-mentioned advances of $10,000 at the second quarter royalty payment. The quarter two royalty payment due was less than $10,000, so the net effect was that Shaw had a negative balance of $6,005.80 that she owed to Days Gourmet due to the previous advances taken. Contrary to Shaw's belief, both quarter one and quarter two royalty payments are calculated in exactly the same way. The only difference is the deductions of the advances for quarter two. We clearly explained this deduction to Shaw in our email and offered to walk her and her attorney through the calculations. June 2023, Shaw submitted an expense report to Days Gourmet that included a request for payment for her time dedicated to making social media content since October 2022, 1,400 hours at $90 per hour in Shaw's invoice. Such request was outside of the terms of agreement, as Shaw's compensation per the agreement was through royalties, and there was no provision to compensate her on a pay hour basis, which is literally true. If they're taking over production, literally all you have to do in the contract is promote it on social media. That is a fucking deal. But then be like, that's not good enough. You have to pay me that as well. Holy shit, dude. Days Gourmet asked for clarification related to the various other expenses listed by Shaw in the invoice, but backups, receipts, and explanations were not provided. Shaw informed Days Gourmet that she did not need to provide us with the receipts or explanations to get reimbursed. Days Gourmet reminded Shaw that business expenses need to be pre-approved by Days Gourmet. Oh my god. Then it goes on to say Days Gourmet has kept this timeline of information private until Shaw went to social media with defamatory statements regarding the integrity of our business, which has put us in an unfortunate position to share details that would have otherwise remained private. In total, Shaw has received $147,449.37 in payments from her partnership with Days Gourmet and Pink Sauce since August of 2022 to date. We initially told the journalist that she received more than $120K, and now have tracked all payments and are sharing the precise number with the bank confirmations in this link. They did not fuck around. They said, really? You're gonna lie? Bet. Here are the receipts. In our understanding that Shaw probably spent about $10,000 of this amount to buy video recording equipment, props, clothing, and accessories that would be used to promote Pink Sauce, but we have not seen the receipts confirming this. Because of all the advancements provided to Shaw, the funds sent to Shaw exceeded what she earned under the terms of agreement. In addition, Shaw had certain obligations in the agreement related to her social media activities that she has violated multiple times. Days Gourmet reminded Shaw multiple times that she needed to adhere to the terms of—
Like, that's the thing, is, like, I think a lot of people want to give Dave's Gourmet a lot of shit for even getting involved in this, but, like, at the same time, from everything that's been reported on this, it really seems like they did everything possible to help this girl out, and her ego is just what's getting in the way, and she just can't stop. I don't know what is wrong with her.
agreement, but she ignored Dave's Gourmet requests. After Shaw went to social media to create the illusion that she's not being compensated properly, Dave's Gourmet communicated to both Shaw and her attorney that Dave's Gourmet will cover the cost of Shaw's legal counsel to go through the provisions of the agreement and the payments to confirm that the payments were correct. And Dave's Gourmet is following the agreement because this is Shaw's legal counsel. We cannot pay him directly, and that she is why we propose to reimburse Shaw for those expenses. This proposal was rejected by her. And then an update according to 9/29/23, Dave's Gourmet consistent support of Shaw was rooted in our desire for a successful partnership. Our primary objective through this partnership was to ensure the successful commercialization of Pink Sauce. Then there was an update that says in August 2023, we sent multiple messages to Shaw and her attorney suggesting creative ways to mitigate the issue and have an amicable working relationship. In return, we received a message from Shaw that Dave's Gourmet would need to pay her $1.5 million if we wanted to continue selling Pink Sauce. The current agreement in place is evergreen, and Dave's Gourmet does not need any special extension payments, renewals, or permission from Shaw to continue selling Pink Sauce under the terms of agreement. So Shaw's request was odd and did not make any sense. On August 25th, Shaw notified Dave's Gourmet that she was being evicted from her—
Wait a minute. She asked for $1.5 million if they wanted to continue selling the Pink Sauce. The current agreement in place is evergreen, and DG does not need any special extensions, payments, renewals, or permissions from Shaw to continue selling Pink Sauce under the terms of the agreement. So Shaw's request was odd to me. Like, she's basically signed the whole thing over, and she's saying, you're going to have to pay me $1.5 million if you want to keep selling my sauce. Like, are you joking?
terms of agreement. So Shaw's request was odd and did not make any sense. On August 25th, Shaw notified Dave's Gourmet that she was being evicted from her apartment that weekend due to unpaid rent. Dave's Gourmet scheduled a call with Shaw and for approximately 2 hours discussed a proposal and how the relationship could work in the future. This proposal required Shaw to post the Pink Sauce related content on social media twice a week and include bi-weekly payments to Shaw to provide her with a stable level of income for a period of time. She agreed in principle with Dave's Gourmet's proposal, but wanted her attorney to finalize the details. Shaw then asked for assistance with her overdue rent. Dave's Gourmet wanted to be helpful, but hesitant given the prior history with Shaw. Dave's Gourmet preferred to wait until the new agreement with Shaw was fully in place before providing any help, but that was not possible over the weekend since Shaw's attorney would need to be involved and he was not available on the weekend. And by Monday, Shaw would have been evicted. In the spirit of future cooperation and creating goodwill with Shaw, Dave's Gourmet took another chance and paid off her past due rent totaling $14,000. With additional payment, the total funds sent to Shaw equal $161,449.
She paid her past due rent was 14 grand. Her past due rent was 14 grand. How many fucking months is that? How are you still living there? I'm wondering if she didn't just make up some fake rental receipts or some shit. 14 fucking grand. So total that she's been paid so far, $161,000. Press 1 if you made that this year. $161,000.
$14,000. With additional payment, the total funds sent to Shaw equal $161,449.37 that weekend and prevented her and her children from being evicted. Here's the link to the confirmation as well. That backfired.
Well, give me some Astro Fire.
They paid for her rent. They wanted to give her stable income and pay for her rent. What the fuck? The following week, Dave's Gourmet sent a legal draft of our proposal discussed on the call with Shaw to her attorney. Shaw indicated that her attorney would come back to us, but he never did. In the meantime, we received another strange demand from Shaw for $250,000. And then she posted a recent video on social media with false accusations directed at Dave's Gourmet. None of them have any merit, and bear in mind, she posted this video shortly after Dave's Gourmet helped her and her children not get evicted. We received many messages from people encouraging us to sue Shaw for defamation. We are considering all options, including a lawsuit, but also are mindful of the distractions that it will cause for our organization and difficulty of collecting any court-awarded damages from Shaw, given that she has spent all funds. We are a family-owned business, and our reputation is dear to us. We're asking for your support. Shaw's GoFundMe page contains false claims is still live. We reported Shaw's GoFundMe for fraud. She lied there that she did not receive any payments, but now admitting publicly that she has received over $120,000 in payments from Dave's Gourmet, just as we said. But GoFundMe has not taken action to remove Shaw's page where she is asking for funds under false pretenses, which again, scammers, what we like to call that over here in my corner of the world. Please consider reporting the page or asking for a refund if you've donated. Kyrie Irvin from Dallas Mavericks donated $24,000 to Shaw's GoFundMe campaign, probably without knowing the facts. We want other people to have factual information on this case prior to considering making a donation. Needless to say, we are very disappointed in the statues of our partnership with Shaw, but we hope that you will still give us the opportunity to share our products with you. We have huge selections of bold and flavor pack hot sauces, pasta sauces, creamy hot sauces, olive oils, and more. Please give them a try, including the pink sauce. You can see that it is sold at a lower price at retail now. We worked hard to bring it to market, and despite our challenges with Shaw, we have multiple other partners that are relying on us to drive its commercialization. It has a unique taste and puts an interesting twist on salads, fries, and chicken tenders. At this time, we are unsure how long we will continue selling it.
I am telling you, that shit is good on chicken fingers. Fries, salad, I didn't try it on salad, but it probably would be good on salad. It's so hard to explain the flavor, but it is some kind of, it feels like it's some kind of mix between Thousand Island dressing and blue cheese and ranch dressing. It's just like the most interesting flavor. It's really good though. It's tangy and sweet at the same time. Like I said, if you happen to be able, check your Walmart.com, and if you happen to be able to get the pink sauce, seriously try it. It is really good. I'm not joking. Like, and it is so, she really did fumble, because it is so disappointing, like how good that sauce is, and this is what she's done with it. Like, just the entire debacle has been just one little episode after another, and it's embarrassing, you know. And this is really, to me, this is like with Michael Jackson. It's like, do you hate the art or the artist? Because I love the product, I really do. It's good.
And don't want you to miss your chance to try out, which honestly, I do not blame them. I would be fucking done, and I'd be like, we need to sell this shit now. I don't care who we need to sell it to. I don't know what we need to donate it to, but get it the fuck off the shelves and be done with it. So what have we learned today? In my opinion, I know it's expensive. Personally, I think they need to go after her ass. I know it might be, quote, difficult to get the funds. I don't really give a fuck. I think they should, because this is actually getting out of hand, and she will not stop. Like, in my opinion, she's gonna keep doing this. She's gonna keep misbehaving, and clearly, since she's posting up more about how she wants to make more sauces, somebody else is gonna work with her, maybe, possibly, who knows, I hope not. She's gonna take advantage of more people and gonna put other people's safety at risk, in my opinion. She's continuously lying. She needs to be sued. That's just what I personally think. She needs to get sued. And honestly, she needs to return all money. Sorry, that's just what I think. But anyways, that was it for today's video. That was an absolute nightmare, to say the least. What do you guys think? I think this is a total nightmare. I'm absolutely looking forward to a lawsuit. I really hope that they do. But the fact that this is still ongoing and they have put multiple receipts proving that she is completely full of shit is insane to me. But anyways, that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I don't know. I don't personally care one way or another if she gets sued, but it's just like, it's a mess. Like, and it's just like, again, I mean, it really isn't much different from Jack, you know. Just, you don't know what you're doing. Just admit you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me for this worst of the internet. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the broadcast, tip.m60.live. Also, I will be live here tomorrow on my main channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and all the rest of the streams, schedules on my website, and the schedules on Discord, discord.gg/m60. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by. I really appreciate it. Oh, one other thing. When I end, this is going to be unlisted. If you want the other episodes of, oh, wrong one. Worst of the internet. They're on Odyssey, okay? The previous episodes of Worst of the Internet are on Odyssey. See, we watched the Emmy video, the when Emmy, because I remember trying to get this thumbnail. So yeah, if you want to watch the previous episodes of Worst of the Internet, they are on Odyssey, so that Jack doesn't hit me with more copyright strikes. So here's the link to the Odyssey channel. And so make sure you follow the Odyssey channel, and then I'll have this one uploaded to Odyssey probably later this week. Yeah, Jack hit me with goddamn copyright strikes, so now I just move all my videos over to Odyssey so he doesn't catch me. So he doesn't bust me. So anyway, my goal is to try to get at least one of these videos out very soon. And yeah, my goal is to get one of these videos out very soon, and I will work on that and hopefully have some new stuff to talk about next week. So anyway, thank you guys for coming by. Y'all have a good rest of the day or night, wherever you at. Oh wait, is there anyone? Oh wait, let's raid Lo-Fi. No. Let's raid the Lo-Fi hip hop girl. Let's raid the Lo-Fi hip hop girl. Oh wait, I can't raid? I still can't raid people? God damn it. I still can't raid people. I thought I did the, listen, I did the YouTube verification thing, and I thought it would let me raid people, but I don't think I can raid people. I can do links in the description. Not enough account history. I think I need more subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to the channel also, you bums. Okay. Anyway, good night. Good day.